Puffed. He's my dad, too. Who am I supposed to complain to? Maya flipped her hair triumphantly and headed to the kitchen to start dinner. She saw their trio dynamic crystal clear. No jealousy here. If her bestie hadn't objected, she'd have jumped in ages ago. Soon, the hum of the gas stove filled the air. When it was just the girls at home, Maya usually handled cooking, while Chloe took dish duty. Knowing her bestie had fully cut ties with her parents and might be crashing with her and Leo long-term, Chloe figured it was time to ease into this new normal. It felt a bit helpless and absurd, but she didn't want to ice out her friend, so she gave Leo's thigh a symbolic squeeze with her soft calves from both sides. Leo, go help Maya out. We bought a ton of stuff today. Chloe's sunner side made her too proud to spell it out, especially with her messy setup. She couldn't just say, don't just hang with me. We're all in this together now, so go spend time with my bestie too. Leo was stunned. His girlfriend actually suggesting he bond with her friend? Unthinkable before. But in the moment, he couldn't agree outright. A token refusal was the play. Nah, it's not like we're making a Thanksgiving spread. No need for two. Leo stayed put, his hands sliding up from her tiny waist. We haven't seen each other in forever. Ah, come on. Leo's favoritism made Chloe beam. She grabbed his wandering hands, pouting cutely. Us chilling in here, while Maya's slaving away in the kitchen? That's not right. Go on, go. Fine, fine. Leo pretended to grumble, pecking her sweet lips before adding a jab. Shoving your boyfriend to your bestie still blows my mind. Leo expected Chloe to blush and deny it. Instead, she huffed defiantly, almost proud. Don't act like you don't get it. Guys love when their girlfriend's cool with them hooking up with their hot friend. Admit it, you'd be thrilled. Why not? I'd hate it. My dream's us three grinding rank together, but you get jealous if I even talk to her. What's to be thrilled about? Not recommended too. Thrilled, yeah, but it feels weird. If this is what you want, though, I'll roll with it. You're my first love. And don't worry, I'll always treat you better than her. Recommended 3. Hell yeah, thrilled. Mostly 'cause she's chill, gets guys, and calls me dad. You won't even say babe sometimes. Makes me want to go solo with her. Not recommended. Option 2 analysis. Ambiguous answer flips the script back to her, then smoothly shows consideration. Thrilled, yeah, but it feels weird. If this is what you want, though, I'll roll with it. You're my first love. Leo said seriously. And don't worry. Even if something happens with her, I'll always treat you better. If you don't, I'll tell your mom. Got it. You're in your 20s and still tattling like a kid. Leo pinched her cheek fondly, heading to the kitchen with a tease. Haven't even tied the knot, and you're already planning to run to your folks? What'll it be like after? It was just banter, but Chloe froze, suddenly tense. I was joking, just scared you wouldn't keep your word. Seeing her uneasy on the couch, Leo's heart ached. This fearless tsundere probably cared most about their future sticking to the script. He bent down, cupping her pale cheeks and squishing her plump pink lips into an O, dead serious. Chloe, after you graduate, I'll give you the perfect wedding. Chloe stared blankly, then beamed with anticipation, her eyes sparkling with his reflection. Yeah, I'll wait. Just not the legal kind, Leo added silently in his head. His romantic promise hit Chloe's naive heart hard. From dinner to cleanup, she stayed bubbly, even volunteered for dishes. After eating, Maya loaded up the new hot AAA game onto the flat screen, handing Leo the controller. This blockbuster action RPG had blown up worldwide, and as a hardcore gamer, she'd snag it on launch. But her skills were trash. She'd been stuck on the first boss for days. Leo's gaming chops had slipped, but his reflexes and mechanics held up. After getting the feel for it, he breezed through, slaying the boss that had walled Maya, leaving her cheering like a fangirl. 666. Chloe didn't game, so she lounged nearby, happily munching chips, occasionally complimenting the graphics and models. About an hour in, Leo downed the chapter's final boss, a massive bear demon, and Maya hooped, ignoring Chloe as she planted a smooch on his cheek. Leo, you're amazing. I spent a week without even seeing this guy. Chloe wasn't having it. Hey, hands off. Maya grinned innocently. I didn't use hands, just my mouth. Chloe was used to Maya's cheeky vibes by now, huffing lightly. No real jealousy, more like resigned compromise. Ew, it's raining. Leo nodded toward the window. The girls noticed the downpour outside, fat drops smacking the glass with a rhythmic patter. Looks heavy. Hearing the rain on the panes, then glancing at her favorite guy and her lifelong bestie, Chloe felt a wave of peace and coziness. Don't you guys think this feels happy? She leaned on Leo's shoulder, dreamy. I love rainy days at home. No worries, just chilling. Yeah, super comfy, Maya agreed, feeling it too. Rain used to bum her out, stirring up loneliness in an empty place like the world had ditched her. Maybe that's what home feels like. She snuggled against Leo, a touch apologetic. Leo, Chloe, thanks for putting up with me. Leo and Chloe exchanged surprised glances. Then she smiled warmly, nodding at him meaningfully. No biggie, we'll all live together from now on. Leo went for it, wrapping an arm around each girl's waist, pulling them close. He kissed them one after the other under Chloe's mildly shocked gaze, then confessed deeply and earnestly. You're both my wings. That scared the crap out of me, and nothing happened. Back in his room, Leo replayed the moment, heart pounding, kissing her bestie right in front of Chloe, then seamlessly kissing her too? That was dancing on a minefield. But Chloe hadn't blown up. She'd said nothing, almost like she was compromising or getting used to it. If that's the case, then down the line, maybe I could. Leo fired up his laptop, staring at the wallpaper with an eager grin. This laptop was his writing rig. The background was a pic Chloe had snapped for his last birthday. A strawberry cream cake, Maya in a baseball cap, Chloe pouting with peace signs, and Leo sandwiched between them. Maybe that birthday shot was a preview of his future with the duo. Rain poured outside as Leo, fresh from shower, unplugged the laptop and took it to bed to type. This script was for a historical drama series, not a standard movie. He'd poured hours into the script, dialogue, character bios, and world building. He'd barely typed a few words when Chloe, in her adorable Pikachu pajamas, wandered in post-shower. You busy? Yeah, deadline's tight. Just need my script. Leo scratched his nose nervously, wondering if she was here to grill him about kissing both earlier. Cool. Let me see what you're writing. Chloe murmured thoughtfully, tiptoeing to the bed, slipping under the covers, and scooting up against him, peering up. Leo, am I bugging you? One, totally. Creators need silence. You gotta pick now to cling? Not recommended too? Nah, perfect timing. I'm stuck on the heroine's outfit, and look, now I can just copy you. Strongly recommended. 3. He perfect. Writing needs brain sparks. Hop under and help. Grab my 2 for extra. Not recommended. Option 2 analysis. For a clingy girlfriend, don't kill her vibe. Roll with it and sneak in some flattery. Not perfect timing. I'm stuck on the heroine's outfit, and look. Leo grinned. Now I can just copy you. Ding. Chloe Miller's affinity toward host increased by 5 points. Current, 100. Maxed out. She sees you as her everything. He really, Chloe beamed. This heroine pretty. Duh, she's the lead, of course. Leo kept his eyes on the screen, fingers flying across the keys. Leo, Chloe. I'm here to support. Before he could type much more, Maya burst in, pajamas on. Show my man's working. Chloe shot her a look. Got your own bed? Always mooching food and sleep. It's pouring out. Feels lonely solo. Maya saw Leo typing and zipped her lips, quietly snuggling up on his other side, joining Chloe and watching him peck out words. They're cool. Pale legs pressed against his thighs, soft bodies leaning on his arms. Leo's focus shattered, typing slowed to a crawl. Leo, your writing's killer. Better than those romance novels I read. Maya scanned the dense text, impressed. How else would I make bank? Leo hummed smugly. Leo, why switch to a TV series? And a period fantasy? Chloe wasn't sold. Feels like nobody watches that stuff anymore. Your company think about that. What's wrong with TV? If it's good, people watch. Leo cited, a couple years back when Game of Thrones dropped, you girls binged it in bed, right? Not about trends, it's quality. Chloe nodded thoughtfully. True, Maya and I were obsessed with Thrones. So how do you profit? Most viewers are regular folks. Maya asked curiously. Even if it's a hit, how do you cash in? Subscriptions? No way. Not like a web series adaptation. Charging for a big period drama would tank it, no matter how good. Leo saw their interest and dove in. If it blows up, streaming platforms and networks will fight for rights. A hit means my actors get buzz. I can have them endorse stuff for extra cash. Plus sponsor deals, ad revenue, actor transfer fees. All that adds up big for the company. Chloe got it. Oh, so that's how media gigs make money. One thing leads to another. Leo kept typing. Yup, any risks you normie spot. I've already thought through and solved as the boss. He's so Mr. CEO, once your show's raking it in, can I hit you up for car money? Maya batted her lashes. Got my license forever ago. It's gathering dust. Want to drive something? A car. Leo almost agreed outright, then deferred to Chloe. I'm cool with it, but I'm just the writer. Ask the household finance boss. With Chloe finally warming to the trio life, Leo wanted to strengthen the girls' bond through him. Sure enough, Chloe's lips curved smugly at her bestie. Yup, want my man's cash for a car? Gotta clear it with me first. Chloe had planned to flex the power Leo handed her over her bestie, But Maya rolled her eyes and fired back without missing a beat. Fine, Mom. Grab some cash from Dad for me to buy a car. Chloe flushed beet red, stammering. Why you're crazy. See? Ask you, and it's a no. Maya smirked victoriously, then cozied up to Leo's arm. So Dad, hook me up. Cut out. Typing here. Leo coughed, face heating. Jokes like this? Chloe could never keep up with her cheeky friend. Maya knew Chloe's skin was thin. No way she'd join in on family role banter. She said to one-up her. With Leo, though, calling him that felt genuine, laced with flirty vibes. What kind of car? Leo set the laptop aside. Spill, I'll give notes. A Fiat 500. Maya rested her chin on his shoulder, eyes shining. Always wanted one, tiny and cute, easy parking. The Fiat 500 was a budget compact, adored by girls for its adorable design and low price. Most guys, Leo included, weren't fans, but bashing it would kill the vibe. When a girl's hyped about something, don't crap on it from your angle. Close buds might get annoyed. Strangers? Comes off cocky. Sure, the 500's adorable, perfect for girls. Leo painted a picture. When I'm not around, you two can cruise and shop. Maya lit up. Exactly. Chloe and I always said that. Then get it. Leo agreed, turning to Chloe. Babe, since we're buying, want one too? Chatting just with Maya could have sparked Chloe's jealousy. So Leo looped her in with a pet name, reminding her she's the main girl. He cared deeply about their dynamic. No flaws allowed that could strain the friends. Seeing Leo and Maya so engaged had Chloe teetering on jealousy, but his words melted her. Nah, no license. It'd collect dust in the garage. Just get Maya's. I'll ride shotgun. Done. Leo nodded, then teased seriously. First car ever. You two settling for a 500? No splashier ride to flex? Looks better pulling up. He framed it as their joint decision to tighten their bond. And he had Chloe first, then Maya. Priority straight. The 500 it is. Chloe smiled happily. Once I pass my test, pick me a fancy one you're buying. No problem, Leo agreed. Maya giggled. Leo, you might never buy Chloe a car then. Leo paused, remembering Chloe's epic fails on the written test. She'd be a road hazard licensed. I just wasn't trying. Chloe flushed. If I focused, I'd ace it. Save it. Leo deadpanned. You behind the wheel? You treat roads like your backyard. Aha, jerk. Chloe punched him playfully. Anyway, no need. With you pros driving, I'll chill him back. Hey, how about winter break? We three had Aspen for ice sculptures. Yes. Been dying to go. Girls' thoughts jumped. Leo had just okayed the car, and they were already plotting photo spots. Sandwiched between the two beauties, their cold, smooth feet brushing his thighs, Leo soaked in their excited vacation chatter, a mix of achievement and warmth. At his other girls? He'd want for nothing. They shifted from trips to campus drama. Leo listened intently, fearing he'd miss key deets. Hey, Leo, want to hear a secret? Chloe hype-patted him. About Maya, too. Maya froze, protesting. Come on, ancient history. Spill. Leo's curiosity spiked at her nerves. Like, right after Maya's cold cleared? This guy at school confessed. Super cute, too. No way. Leo played cool, eyeing Maya. He'd tested her fever those days. He's a creep. Told him I have a boyfriend, but he wouldn't quit. Leo's nonchalance panicked Maya. She feared misunderstandings, whipping out her phone to show chats. Proof. The dude was deleted, but records remained. Maya, Gavin, you psycho? I said I have a boyfriend. Go harass someone else. Gavin the Great. College boyfriends are temporary. No worries. I'll wait for the breakup. Maya, I really like you. Maya __ good. Your mom. Who calls me that? One more word. Blocked. And I'll send this to your advisor. Gavin the Great. Girls getting mad ages you. I'll dip till you're chill. Maya __ good. Why not block sooner? Leo chuckled. Maya puffed up. He keeps scrolling. Oh, more. Friday, 11:30 a.m. Gavin the Great. Maya, sleep well? Dreamed of you last night. Maya throat sore. Gavin the Great. Take care, could lead to worse. Forwarded video. Sore throat fix? One trick solves it. Maya __ good. Nah, from blowing my boyfriend last night. Cute. You got him good. Leo admired. Made sense now. He patted her head those days so her line checked out. What if he leaks the chats? Chloe huffed jealously, her fingers digging into Leo's thigh under the covers. Chloe's cleanliness obsession made her balk at head pats from Leo at first. Hearing her bestie had two? Sour grapes, like her thing got swiped and flaunted. But with their trio packed, Chloe settled for petty pinches, making Leo grab her hand, begging mercy. Probably not. Maya shrugged nonchalantly. Unless he wants clown status. No guy sharing that humiliation. Maya nailed guy's pride. Getting owned by your crush admitting to blowing another dude? Mockery City. Unless he's into that, he'd bury it forever. All right, enough. Leo laughed awkwardly. Chatted plenty. Bedtime, yeah? Yeah, almost 11. Maya checked her phone, eyeing the storm. She yawned lazily, burrowing under the covers, peeking out cutely. Chloe hated her clinging to her man. Why crash here? House full of beds. I'm your boyfriend's side chick. Of course we share, Maya winked shamelessly. Plus, you agreed. We've done everything. Sleeping together's nothing. Chloe's lip twitched, lost for words against that logic, simmering in frustration. She turned away from Leo, huffing to sleep, leaving him her dark hair. Damn, that slut pisses me off. Should have never agreed. Perfect chance. Once Chloe's out, cuck her. Leo, it's cold with the rain. Scoot over. Maya hooked his arm under the covers, her cool feet clamping his thigh, her other hand already teasing. Cut at bedtime. Work tomorrow. Leo's mind raced from the tease, but with Chloe awake nearby, he froze. Chloe edged the bed spitefully, far from Leo, but her smooth, pale ankle kicked him occasionally. Clear signal. Coax me. Babe, scoot over. Don't fall off. Leo rolled away from Maya, gently pulling his girlfriend close. Don't touch. Sleeping. Chloe crossed arms, struggling briefly, fuming. Guest room's empty. Go fool around. Not stopping you. 1. Push off clinging Maya. Head to the guest room and game all night. Your mom and I got business. Wear headphones. Recommended 2. Lay them flat. Loom over. Duo cue's fine, but trio's faster. Chloe, Maya. We're living together anyway. Let's loosen up. Not recommended 3. Grab drawer condoms. Come on, Maya. Guest room. Let her hear. You dig that vibe. Not recommended. Option 1 analysis. For possessive girlfriends, affirming her top spot is prime sweet talk. Leo glanced at eager Maya, then Chloe's sulky back. He picked neither, throwing off the covers. Where you going? Chloe sat up, hesitant, staring at the door. Guest room. Leo slipped on slippers glumly. Click, the door shut. The girls blinked, stunned. Your fault. Maya sat cross-legged, griping. Why poke him? Now it's just us grinding beans. Who's grinding with you? Chloe dodged blame. Good riddance, peaceful. Sleep. She burrowed back, staring at the rain-lashed window, then her snoring friend, suddenly hollow. Then bathroom break. Maya perked up, flipping covers, but Chloe yanked her back. Where? Told you. Bull. Know what you're after. Stay put. Too much. Maya whined. You skipping him's fine, but why block me? Got protection. No accidents. Nope, not going. Chloe, out of arguments, hugged Maya down. Chloe, isn't this exhausting? We're together long term. Might as well embrace it. Maya sighed. Keeps Leo focused on us. No energy for other girls. Why fight yourself? I'm just. Chloe started, spotting Maya's hopeful eyes. Blushing, she buried her face in her friend's back, heart racing. No clue what you mean. Sleep, stop bugging. So Maya gave up. She hit the bedside lamp switch. Room went dark, rain the only sound. Late night, pitch black outside, rain swelling like it'd flood everything. Room stiflingly quiet. Maya tried sneaking out multiple times, but Chloe caught her each go. So she hugged Leo's pillow, crashing in his spot. Unlike snoring Maya, Chloe tossed and turned, sleepless. Leo's sleep posture sucked. Chloe griped endlessly. But back home, if he was around, she'd cling anyway. Habit now. Without him close, it fell off. Dad, Maya mumbled dreamily. Chloe sat up, peeking at her sleeping friend, who'd curled sideways, legs hugging Leo's pillow, twitching unconsciously, face in a dazed grin. Me? Or Chloe better? Damn. Chloe fumed, tempted to boot the thief off the bed. Glancing at the storm window, then the pig-like sleeper, Chloe's mind stirred. She slipped out quietly, fuzzy slippers on, sneaking away. In her room, Leo sprawled messily on her bed, under her Pikachu blanket. Sleeps like a log. Chloe smiled fondly, shifting his dangling leg up, then ditched slippers, happily burrowing into his arms. Dreaming Leo sensed company, instinctively pulling her close. His embrace warmed Chloe's grin. She nuzzled deeper. Rain's patter in the chill made cuddling blissful. Night, Leo. She pecked him, eyes shutting peacefully. Maya, stop, Chloe might see. Leo frowned, mumbling, loosening his hold on sulky Chloe. Damn. She raised a hand instinctively, but seeing him deep asleep, lowered it grudgingly. Sigh, when's this in? Chloe gazed at sleeping Leo complexly, regretting introducing him to Maya and her roomies, else her friend wouldn't covet. Their dynamic was obvious, but real life felt awkward. Chloe's normal views couldn't flip to accept her slutty friend's trio cue idea overnight. but dodging forever. No fix for harmony. And Maya seemed obsessed with it, like filming a movie. Leo, 2 girls in your life? Bet you're thrilled. Chloe pouted gloomily, stroking his face. Should have never agreed to that tramp. Sigh, really gotta do that someday. Chloe murmured heavily, soon dozing before him. Next morning, Leo woke bloated. Eyes open, Chloe front and center. Turn, Maya beside, hand in his pajama pants. Damn, no wonder. The steamy sight flushed him early. He yanked her hand out, pulling up her pants. Whatcha doing? As he fixed them, Maya grinned up at him. You know what? Leo wasn't embarrassed. He'd seen all of her. Instead, he fumed. What did you do last night? Not scared Chloe finds out. Who cares? Better if she does. Maya pecked him nonchalantly, then straddled his waist, leaning to whisper, temptingly. Isn't this thrilling? Thrilling my ass. Leo wouldn't risk near Chloe. Maya, please, no more. Finally calmed her yesterday. She'll flip seeing this. Guest room then, no fuss. For some reason, Maya loved his torn look. Cute, tease-worthy. Leo nixed it. No, she'll hear. Work soon. Here it is. Maya slid down. Leo cupped her head, caving. Fine, guest room, fine. Just stop, please. I'm better. Maya booped his nose smugly, then kissed him fiercely, reaching to nudge dreaming Chloe, like wanting her to catch them lip-locked. No. Leo scooped her, butt barefoot to her room. At the door, Maya, arms around his neck, yelled, Leave it open. AC's busted, cooler. Bull. Know your game. Leo eyed the AC, slammed shut, dumping her on the bed, looming. Maya, you're such a bad girl. She shrugged, fingers in his dark hair, playful and smug. Like it? Your own personal bad girl. Leo didn't answer, diving to claim her lips fiercely. Around 7, Chloe shuffled out sleepy-eyed in slippers. In the living room, Maya adjusted her stockings. Leo, apron on, hustled breakfast in the kitchen. Both tacitly handled post-fun cleanup. Leo, starving. Chloe missed clues, flopping lazily onto Maya's lap on the couch, whining for food. Almost done. Leo called back. Hey, can't you see I'm changing? Maya faked calm, hiding her crumpled old stockings. Why are you so hot? Chloe touched Maya's flushed, warm thigh, sitting up at her glowing face. Face 2. What did you do this morning? Nothing. Hot shower. Maya slid on fresh ones smoothly. Black nylons snapped at her thighs, accenting her pale legs temptingly. Really? You never shower mornings. Chloe eyed suspiciously. Believe or not, pretend Leo and I snuck a quickie behind your back. Maya tilted her head cutely, pinching her sore stocking foot before heading to help Leo, booming like a video game boss. Leo, backup's here. Maya had killer voice talent. As an e-girl farming simps, her sweet-to-sexy range hooked free carries and fans. Leo's girls all had great voices. Eleanor's was sweetest, but laced with filth, huge contrast. Only Maya's cute, needy call stirred him oddly. Tramp. Chloe skipped digging, yawning toward the bathroom. If they had hooked up, she'd gripe verbally, no more. She'd green-lit it ages ago. Blame you, almost busted by Chloe. Maya giggled excitedly, then fished out her ruined stockings, flipping them teasingly at Leo. Your kink's weird. Who plays like that? My feet still ache. Leo flushed. Shut up, reflecting. Not saying no more. Maya hugged his waist, tiptoeing on one stockinged foot, demanding playfully. But these are pricey, buy new ones. And mall dates soon. Leo compromised. Sure, when free, anywhere. When free. You're never free. If not for your fight with Chloe, bet you wouldn't visit. 1. Don't say that. You and Chloe are both my girls. No favorites, no sidelining. Not recommended 2. Can't help it. Pick up the grind. Can't love you. Drop it. Can't support you. Gotta hustle for treats and toys for my good girl. Strongly recommended 3. To explain later. Hug the tiger wrong. We both suffer. Recommended. Option 2 analysis. For insecure girls, seeing you as a parental figure, tailored sweet talk hits hardest. Can't help it. Online memes say, pick up the grind. Can't love you. Drop it. Can't support you. Gotta hustle for your treats and toys. Leo sighed, then whispered. Plus, gotta watch mom's mood. Mess up, we both pay. Ding. Maya Pierce's affinity toward host increased by 10 points. Current. Maxed. She sees you as her everything. Haha, jerk. Maya laughed, slapping him happily. She's months younger than me. What about me? Leo winked. Joking too? Definitely not. I always saw you as mine. Maya almost confirmed their bond, but seeing his grin, held back Sundara style. Not telling. Leo smiled knowingly, turning back to the stove, thinking, Sunder is contagious. He'd barely stirred when softness pressed his back. Maya really likes you can't imagine life without. She clung to his broad back, content and needy. If you marry Chloe, don't ditch me. I'll babysit. Then behave. No more antics. Leo warned. Hear me? Fix that stirring drama with Chloe. Maya was great, except loving to provoke Chloe. Leo figured she'd click with Eleanor there. Someday he'd set them up. One loves crashing couples. One loves getting crashed. Knowing each other's ties to him? Explosive chemistry. Yellow and Joe, a match made in hell. Yeah, Maya's so good. Her voice turned adorably needy, like a bubbly kid begging. Good girl, Maya. Leo one-handed the spatula, thrilled, gently holding her hand on his waist. He got why that old song went, thrill of the rush, bad girl's touch. Dropping the girls at PSU, Leo hustled at the office till noon. About to send the script to his actors, he realized his writing laptop was home. Had to drive back to Timeless Impressions. Grabbing it upstairs and heading down, he spotted the elegant single mom from across the way. Gabrielle Walker, holding her daughter's hand past his car. Gabrielle wore a pure, white long wool coat, deep blue suede heels, a navy lady's hat, black aviators, and a brown Hermes bag. Spot-on rich cis fall vibe. Leo hadn't bought into aura before, but after meeting all types, he knew it built up, especially on the wealthy. Gabrielle, long time. Leo rolled down his window politely. Just getting back? Yeah, long time. Picked up Clara from conservatory for lunch. Gabrielle smiled, stroking her daughter's head. Clara, say hi to Leo. The girl chirped. Hi, Leo. Hey, Clara. Leo grinned, faking surprise at Gabrielle. Whoa, she's grown. Last time she barely reached your thigh. Yeah, sprouting like a weed. Gabrielle teased her daughter. All those sneaky bed snacks. She'll be a chubby bunny soon. No way. The girl stomped. Leo backed her. Right, Clara's adorable. Even plumper, still cute. Shy from strangers' praise, Clara tugged her mom's hand, toes scuffing circles in her black flats, peeking up at Leo inside the car. Ding! Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 5 points. Current, 7. Keep it up. So, to win over a single mom sis, praising her kid trumps, flattering her, easiest hack. Hearing the ding, Leo nodded predictably. Lots of buzz about your company lately. Gabrielle tucked hair behind her ear, baring pale cheek, her slim white neck glowing like jade. Shooting a new film? Watch your last one solo at home, multiple times. Their first meet left a good mark. Plus, older sisters dug Leo's sunny, gentle vibe. Gabrielle wasn't rushing home, happy to chat more. Leo and Eleanor's drama-flooded feeds, plus that therapist hinting they dated. His company's heat was insane. Mature like Gabrielle skipped prying into scandals. 1. Yeah, just wrap the script. Hope when it's out, you support and critique Gabrielle. Recommended 2. Don't think I don't know. You're fishing if Eleanor and I are real. Didn't peg you for gossip at your age? Not recommended. 3. Dang, busted. Secret. Planning a steamy flick. Your body's fire. If hubby's cool, rehearse at yours? Not recommended. Option 1 analysis. For sisters into mature guys, sincerity and humility yield surprises. Yeah, just wrap the script. Hope when it's out, you support and critique Gabrielle. Ding. Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 3 points. Current, 10. Keep it up. I'm no expert. Gabrielle covered her cheek. Best I can do is buy tickets. Watch repeatedly. Haha, works. Leo nodded gratefully. Thanks in advance, Gabrielle. No problem. Gabrielle waved it off, unconcerned. Well, Gabrielle got to run, office stuff. Chat later. She paused, smile dimming. Sure, lunch prep here too. Later. Yeah, bye Clara, see ya. Bye Leo. After the kid, Leo drove off. Mom, why not invite Leo for lunch? Clara looked up at thoughtful Gabrielle. Shush. Gabrielle ruffled her hair. Didn't I teach, stay away from strangers? Is Leo a stranger? Of course, Mom's barely known him long. Oh, the girl blinked, half understanding. At the gate, Leo's gut twisted. He U-turned back, ringing Gabrielle's villa bell. Who? Gabrielle, spatula in hand, opened up, surprised but smiling. Leo? Come in, sit. No bother, Gabrielle. Back 'cause I need a favor. What? Can you knit me a scarf? Purple, preferably. Knit you a scarf? Purple. Gabrielle blinked curiously, guessing. Sure, but what's it for? Movie prop. Nah, weather's turning cold. Bragged to my girlfriend I'd make her one myself. Leo scratched sheepishly. But I'm a guy. No clue about knitting. Online buy? She'd spot it. So if you can't help. Ah, romantic. Gabrielle chuckled lightly, This mature mom dug the old-school, innocent gesture. Got some yarn stashed. She glanced back, teasing. Haven't knit in ages, might turn out ugly. Hope your girl doesn't hate it. No worries, as long as it's wearable. Leo waved. If I tried learning, it'd be worse. All right, couple days. Gabrielle agreed, inviting politely. Leo, eating lunch? Cooking now, join. 1. Firm no. Nah, feels like you'd lure me in with lemonade. Back to office. Not recommended. 2. Eager. Convenient? Dying to try your cooking. Smells amazing from here. Recommended. 3. Slap her, but hint. Gabrielle, pre-meal fruit? Like juicy peaches. Not recommended. Option 2 analysis. Lonely singles crave lively homes. Mental fulfillment seals it. Convenient. Leo hadn't eaten. Script emailing was easy. Dying to try your cooking. Smells amazing from here. What's inconvenient? Just me and Clara. Swap shoes, come in. Gabrielle laughed lightly. This kid's sharp. Checked if my husband's home. Those Eleanor rumors must be fake. Leo, playing devoted boyfriend, fretting over misunderstandings. Pure guy like him cheating? Nah, this guy's solid. Ding. Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 1 point. Current, 11. Keep it up. Kid. Leo's lip twitched at her thought, but he shrugged, swapping shoes. Gabrielle, sweet and sour ribs? Smells killer. Good nose. She hummed smugly, glancing back flirtatiously, spatula leading. Her jeans clad, but bouncy like ripe peaches. Gotta admit, older sisters had that indefinable charm. Years not wrong. Youth wasted on the young. Leo respected, averting eyes, scanning her with divine sight. Name, Gabrielle Walker. Gender, female. Age, 34. Looks, 8. 8 height, 5 feet 7 inches weight, 115 pounds. Hobbies, yoga, cooking, novels, fashion design. Bust, waist, hips, 35-inch/20/36. Job, founder of Cool Wave Apparel, 12 brick-and-mortar stores, 2 solid online shops. Current mood, finds neighbor guy intriguing. Affinity to host, 11. Marital status, divorced with kid, bad marriage behind her. Current mood, horny, holding back. Current location, timeless impressions, Building B, Unit 242. Intimate encounters, 6. Solo sessions, 168. Only 6. For real. Leo muttered, shocked. Half Isabel's first scan count. Asexual? Wait, 168. His eyes bulged, incredulous at her swaying silhouette. Before kitchen, Gabrielle caught his disbelief. What's up? Nothing, work stuff. Leo ha-ha'd, nose touching hotly. Sit in the living room. Food's almost ready. Gabrielle instructed, then called room ward. Clara, Leo's here, come out. Thought she was naive. Love troubled pure sis. Turns out secret DJ champ. Bet those novels aren't PG. Who racks up that many solo sessions? Leo eyed her back complexly, but clean and away. Leo. Clara peeked from her room, delighted. Hi, Leo. Hey, Clara. Practicing piano? Yeah. She beamed. Play your best piece. Bored, Leo suggested. Miss your morning tunes lately. Sure. Clara led him to her music room. Instruments everywhere. Window facing his and Chloe's place. No wonder the daily piano. Leo sat beside on the bench. Her small hands danced keys fluidly, melody crisp and sweet. His basics let him tag her skill, mid-low tier. Best pianist he knew? Foul-mouthed rich girl. Eleanor's skills and voice. Debut ready. And face-playing piano? Unmatched globally. Ding. Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 4 points. Current, 15. Keep it up. Unsure how long he and the kid played, but the ding snapped Leo to Gabrielle behind, beaming warmly. Like Isabel, Gabrielle craved cozy family vibes. Catching Leo's notice of her days, she smiled softly. Leo, lunch is ready. Cool. Thanks, Gabrielle. He stood, taking the kid to wash up, trio soon at the round table. For dishes, 1 soup. All looked killer, fitting Leo's mom cook image. Swallowed, Leo's eyes brightened. Gabrielle, your cooking's pro, better than the Vistas. Overkill, just home cooking. Can't touch real chefs. She glanced teasingly, pleased inside. Cooks live for praise. No exaggeration. Leo shook his head. Apply at the Vista? I'd vouch to Eleanor for head chef. Leo, your girlfriend and side chick are back. Leo had been in his room, typing away for about 10 minutes when his besties finally barged in, bending at their slim waist to swap in his slippers at the entrance. Yeah, Mom's food's yummy. Clara preened. Donna said so last time. Asked if Mom run the restaurant. Enough, you two. No tag-teaming flattery. Gabrielle's lips quirked, personally clipping Leo's sweet and sour ribs. Ding! Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 2 points. Current, 17. Keep it up. All right. Gabrielle eyed him concernedly. Leo questioned, if it's okay. Sure, shoot. You close with Eleanor Hayes? Gabrielle sidestepped, adding, not prying. Just need a favor. Not gossiping your drama. No worries, Gabrielle. We're just friends. Leo smiled, skipping details, cutting to, what's the favor? So, Gabrielle glanced at her daughter, sighing. You know the Hayes Conservatory? Eleanor's funding. Want Clara enrolled. But it's closed to outsiders now. No spots, even with cash. Can you help? Of course, I'll ask. No biggie. But Leo held off, promising, setting down utensils to call Eleanor. Leo, perfect timing. I'm just starting to rub, hurry, and dirty talk. Eleanor's strained, needy voice hit. Leo's heart leaped, fearing the mom-daughter duo hearing weirdness. He hung fast, awkward, grinning at them. Aha, sorry, wrong number. Redialing. No prob. Gabrielle smiled expectantly. He quickly texted her to hold off, as people were around and he had business. She responded with annoyance, cursing him for the interruption. 10 seconds later, Leo redialed her voice chat. Hello, Mr. Shepard? What's up? Eleanor's tone flipped crisp and sweet, whirled from the desperate tramp before. Leo exhaled. Hey, Eleanor, sorry to bug. Just need a favor. Mr. Shepard. No need for formalities. Anything in my power, name it. Leo twitched. Her acting was Oscar level. So, friend's daughter wants into your conservatory. Her spots are full, no outsiders. He eyed Gabrielle's duo. Can you bend? Kid's got real music talent. Eleanor paused, then grumbled. Fucking Leo, this crap. Just tell front desk. Know how pissed I'm getting cut off. Eleanor, possible. Leo muffled the speaker, scared they'd hear her flip. Sure, I'll handle. Eleanor agreed breezily, inviting sweetly. Mr. Shepard, been ages. Mind if I drop by soon to catch up? She whispered. No refusing. Penalty for interrupting. And no problem. See ya. Leo laughed nervously, heart racing, hanging and waist touching. Couldn't picture that day's chaos. Leo grabbed chopsticks. Done, Gabrielle sorted. Take Clara to front desk anytime. Ah, thanks, Leo. Gabrielle smiled gratefully. Begged everyone forever. Your call did it. Don't know how to repay. What repay? You're knitting my scarf. Fair trade. Leo waved, lifting utensils. Let me crash for meals sometimes. Deal, welcome anytime. Ding. Gabrielle Walker's affinity toward host increased by 3 points. Current, 20. Keep it up. P.S. Realized main plot to end plus events. These heroines might not carry to finale. Adding 2 more. Gabrielle Walker's 1. Others spoiler-free. Aim. Around 2 million words wrap. The weather in Portland had become just as fickle as everything else in his life. Just a few days ago, it had been crisp and clear, the kind of perfect autumn day that made the city sparkle. Now, in what felt like an instant, the temperature had plummeted 20 degrees, as if a switch had been flipped from fall to the dead of winter. On a Saturday night, as dusk settled and the city lights began to glow, Leo Shepard, exhausted after 2 straight days at the studio, drove his Audi through the wintry streets of Willow Creek Estates. He pulled up to his second home, a warm feeling spreading through his chest. He grabbed the cake he'd bought for the 2 little girls and, with a sense of anticipation, unlocked the front door. Outside, the wind howled, a frigid breath that seeped into everything. But inside the villa, it was a different world. Soft light bathed the spacious living room, creating a tranquil, cozy atmosphere. In this warm bubble, 2 little girls, bundled up like chubby penguins, were focused on their homework. Lily Reed sat beside them, patiently guiding them. Every so often, she'd have to brush a strand of dark hair from her forehead to see their work, and each time she did, it was like a magic trick, revealing a face that was both gentle and captivatingly pretty. Dressed for the sudden cold snap, Lily wore a soft, beige knit sweater that hugged her tall, elegant figure. Apparently tired of her hair getting in the way, she casually pulled an elastic band from her pocket, held it in her teeth, and with a practiced, fluid motion, gathered her silky black hair into a neat, clean ponytail. From the kitchen, the rich, savory scent of cooking drifted out. Isabel Vance was busy making dinner. The kitchen wasn't overly warm, but with the underfloor heating on, she was comfortable in a black chiffon jumpsuit. Her own dark, glossy hair was piled high in an elegant twist, revealing the long, graceful curve of her neck. That apron, combined with the spatula she occasionally brandished, wrapped her in an aura of sophisticated domesticity. After so much time living together, The two women had never explicitly discussed the nature of their three-way relationship, but they had fallen into a seamless, unspoken rhythm. Isabel handled the cooking, and Lily supervised the girls' homework. It was one of many examples of their quiet, efficient division of labor. Between the two of them, these capable, caring women managed every detail of the household. Leo never had to worry about a thing. Aside from the time he spent with his other girlfriends, coming home from work was the thing Leo looked forward to most. This place gave him a sense of belonging and happiness he couldn't quite put into words. It was an unconventional life, but all three of them had tacitly accepted it. If nothing changed, he could imagine them living out their days in this strange, harmonious peace. "Maddie Grace," Leo called out as he slipped off his shoes, holding up the chocolate cake. "Look what I brought you." Leo's back. His voice shattered the peaceful quiet. The two girls immediately scrambled up and ran toward him with squeals of delight. Maddie, seeing her favorite chocolate cake, started bouncing on the spot before launching herself at Leo's legs, demanding to be picked up. Grace wanted to be held too, but she was too shy to be as clingy as Maddie. She just stood there, staring up at him, her eyes shining with hopeful expectation. "Hey, my two little sweethearts." Leo set the cake aside, crouched down, and scooped both of them up, one in each arm. He kissed each of them on the cheek and gave them a little bounce, making them shriek with laughter and cling tighter to his neck. "You're back," Lily said, standing up as Leo carried the girls into the living room. She sounded a little shy, but her voice was filled with an undeniable joy. "No room left, I'm afraid," Leo said, adjusting his grip on the two giggling girls. "I'll hold you after your bath." I'll go run the water for you," Lily murmured, unable to handle his teasing. She pouted playfully and headed for the bathroom. "Leo, I haven't finished my homework yet." "Lily still needs to check it," Grace whispered. As much as she wanted to stay in his arms, she was more obedient to her sister. "Got it." Leo immediately understood. He set Grace down and ruffled her hair with a smile. "Go on then. And you?" Leo glanced at Maddie, who was still wrapped around his neck like a limpet. "You don't have homework?" "Not now. I'll do it later," Maddie mumbled into his chest, shaking her head stubbornly. She was naturally playful, but she was more wary of Isabel and Lily when Leo wasn't around. Leo tended to spoil her, and the little girl knew who held the real power in the house, so she often used him as a shield for her childish rebellions. "Well then, let's go see what Mommy's making." Leo, still carrying Maddie, swaggered into the kitchen and sidled up to Isabel, peering into the pan at the glistening, sauce-coated pot roast. "Oh, looks like Mommy's making pot roast," he said in a coddling, sing-song voice. "Does Maddie like Mommy's pot roast?" "I do," Maddie shouted, raising her hand. Isabel, who was just transferring the meat to a serving dish, turned to look at the goofy pair and smiled wryly. "What is this, a comedy routine?" "Look, Mommy's dishing it out now," Leo continued with exaggerated praise. "Wow, she got it all in the bowl. Mommy is such a good cook, isn't she, Maddie?" "Yes, Mommy's the best," the little girl cheered, playing along perfectly. Their silly, coordinated praise kept a proud smile on Isabel's lips. She loved this kind of foolish, heartwarming family atmosphere. "Maddie, honey, can you help Mommy and take this to the table? Be careful, the plate is hot, and no sneaking bites," Isabel said, bending down to hand the dish to Maddie. "Once you put it down, go to your homework with Grace. I'll be checking it later." Leo realized Isabel wanted to talk to him alone. Normally, she didn't even let the kids in the kitchen. He set Maddie down. "Okay." The little girl took the platter of pot roast and scampered off to the dining table. "Mom, is there something you want to talk about?" Leo asked with a grin once Maddie was gone. Isabel's face instantly flushed a deep red. "Who are you calling Mom? Can't you say anything normal, you little punk?" Wow, Isabel, you're so sensitive. Have you forgotten how you were screaming Daddy last time? I didn't have a problem with it. And now you can't even handle me calling you Mom? Recommended 2. What's so strange? You're my wife, my bride. And what's a bride? A brand new mom. Makes perfect sense to me. Strongly recommended 3. A man never forgets his roots. You give me life, therefore you are my mother. It's only logical. But in my heart, you're only my number 2 mom. Lily is number 1. Not recommended option 2 analysis. A slightly roundabout sweet talk. Perfect for charming an older, experienced woman. What's so strange? Leo said, spreading his hands with an air of perfect reason. You're my wife, my bride. And what's a bride? A brand new mom. Makes perfect sense to me. Ding. Isabel Vance's affinity has increased by 10 points. Current level is maxed out. Affinity cannot be increased further. She already considers you the most important person in her life. With all the wives you have, You're probably calling women mom all over town, Isabel retorted, though she couldn't hide the pleased curl of her lips. She was amazed he could turn anything into a flirtation. After a moment, her tone grew serious. So, have you resolved things with Eleanor Hayes? Isabel had known Leo the longest. She knew he was a player who drifted through a garden of women without ever getting attached to a single flower. She'd seen what was happening between Leo and Eleanor on the cruise ship for Eleanor's birthday, but had chosen not to say anything. This time, however, Eleanor's parents seemed to be involved, and Catherine Hayes had deliberately made their relationship sound ambiguous to the media. Knowing Harrison Hayes' ruthless reputation, Isabel was genuinely worried that Leo would face trouble from them. Leo gave a vague answer. It's fine, Isabel. It was just a misunderstanding. Ever since his relationship with Eleanor had been exposed, Leo hadn't brought it up with Isabel once. He still sent her casual, caring texts every day, reminding her to bundle up when the temperature dropped, but he never mentioned Eleanor. Lily and Chloe had both seen the news online and had come to him demanding answers. It had taken all his smooth talking and effort to placate those two, but he had never tried to placate Isabel. It wasn't because he didn't care about her feelings. It was because he cared too much to burden her with it. Even if he told her, there was nothing she could do about Eleanor or her parents. Better not to trouble the woman you love with problems she can't solve. It only keeps her up at night. I don't know what I ever saw in a scoundrel like you, Isabel murmured, watching him for a few seconds before sighing softly. Her voice took on a pleading tone. Leo, can we just live a quiet life from now on? I'm so happy with how things are. If you stir up any more drama, forget me, what would Lily think? Isabel was certain that Eleanor wasn't the only other woman. He definitely had others she didn't know about, women whose relationships with him might be just as deep as hers and Lily's. Whenever she thought about it, she'd fall into a kind of nihilistic fantasy, wishing he really was just a love-him-and-leave-him player. At least then his entanglements would be shallow, easily resolved with money if need be. What drove her crazy was that when Leo got involved with a woman, he didn't think about how to make a clean getaway. Instead, he did everything in his power to support them, whether financially or emotionally. He not only provided ample emotional validation, but also gave them a profound sense of security and reliability, becoming the perfect boyfriend for each of their unique personalities. Sometimes, Isabel didn't know whether to call it womanizing or true love. You could call him a player, but he never abandoned anyone. In fact, he gave every woman exactly what she wanted and never thought of callously walking away. But you couldn't say he wasn't a player. Just among the women she knew, there were two. God only knows how many more he had hidden away. This was not how a normal person dated. I know. I'll be good from now on. I promise. I'll turn over a new leaf and be a new man. Leo apologized with sincere earnestness, while silently adding, at least after I've sorted everything out. I'm sorry, Isabel. Isabel knew he was probably just putting on a show. She turned back to the pan, stirring the food, but she still took him at his word. Talk is cheap. I hope you remember what you said today. Sometimes I wonder if I'm getting old and turning into a nag. Don't worry. I like you even if you're old, Leo said with a grin. Besides, Isabel, we're not that far apart in age. By the time you're an old woman, I'll be an old man. We can try to see if we can suck out each other's dentures when we kiss. EW, I'm going to be sick. Isabel's brow furrowed in disgust, and she waved her hand dismissively. Go on, get out of here. You're disgusting. You never have a single decent thing to say. Ha ha. Leo laughed, grabbing a dish and leaving the kitchen. That boy's seriously gross, Isabel muttered to herself after he was gone. She pictured the scene he'd just described and found herself fighting a mix of revulsion and laughter. But deep down, a small part of her looked forward to it. It wasn't a love that would last until their hair turned white, but it was its own kind of promise, a hope of weathering life's storms together. The moment Leo left the kitchen, the living room erupted in excitement. Whoa, you got this for me. With controllers? Yeah, I had a classmate buy the game. Isabel bought the controllers online. Lily, I love you. Isabel, I love you too. The hot new AAA action RPG had been all the rage lately. Lily had heard the guys in her class talking about it and bought a copy for Leo, installing it on the TV. Isabel had gone online and bought a pair of high-end ergonomic controllers. Leo was spinning Lily around in the living room, shouting his love toward the kitchen as well. The two little girls clamored for him to pick them up and spin them too. Such a grown man, and still obsessed with video games, Isabel huffed from the kitchen, a smile playing on her lips. Then, her thoughts turned to what the doctor had told her a few days ago. The smile faded from her face. She gently touched her lower abdomen and whispered to herself, a lost look in her eyes. Should I tell him or not? Around 9 o'clock that night, Leo finished typing up the last few thousand words of the TV show's script in his room. He left to get a drink from the fridge downstairs. When he got to the ground floor, he saw the living room light was still on. Isabel was there in her pajamas, looking serious as she searched for something on her phone. "Still up, Isabel?" Leo said casually as he walked toward the kitchen. The sound of his voice made her jump. She fumbled to turn off her phone screen and forced a nervous smile. "Going to bed soon. Did you finish your script?" "Yeah, finished. We'll probably start shooting tomorrow. It's going to be another crazy stretch." Leo grabbed a soda from the fridge, twisted the cap, and took a few gulps. He sauntered over to the sofa, plopped down next to Isabel, and gently took her warm, jade-like hand in his, recalling the past with a smile. "If I'd known making money with a company was this exhausting, I would have just let you be my sugar mama from the start. I really regret it now." "What part of making money isn't exhausting?" Isabel replied, her mood clearly low. After a faint smile, she stared silently out the window at the swimming pool, which shimmered under the moonlight. "What's wrong, Isabel? Is something on your mind?" Leo's keen senses picked up on her emotional shift. His attitude immediately became serious. He rarely saw her this melancholic. "Well, there is something," Isabel said, glancing at him. Her rosy lips parted. "I just don't know how to tell you. Isabel, we're practically an old married couple. What could you possibly not be able to tell me?" Leo waved his hand dismissively, then leaned in expectantly. "Go on, what is it?" "Well," Isabel hesitated for a moment, but ultimately decided not to hide it from him. Her voice was cautious, testing the waters. "I went to the OB/GYN a few days ago, and the doctor said I might." "Isabel, you're pregnant?" Before she could finish, Leo shot to his feet, his eyes wide with a mixture of incredible joy and a flicker of uneasy panic. He was thrilled that the woman he loved was carrying his child. It was a dream come true for countless men. But he was also terrified. If Isabel was pregnant, what would happen next? How would he handle her relationship with Lily? And how would he deal with Chloe? Isabel was already feeling helpless and guilty about the whole situation. Seeing Leo's joyful expression only made her feel more lost, a wave of panic and despair washing over her. No, I'm not pregnant. And I might not ever be able to get pregnant," Isabel confessed, not wanting to lie. She clenched her fists, her face a mask of defeat. "The doctor said that for a woman my age, my functions are declining. It's affecting my follicular development. It will be very difficult for me to have children in the future." Isabel was 37, already in the high-risk category for pregnancy. At her age, a woman's body was beginning to decline in many ways, and the chances of conceiving were minuscule. After her confession, she added with a self-deprecating mutter, "It makes sense. I'm almost 40. It's not like I can just have a baby whenever I want." Well, in that case, maybe we should go our separate ways. If you can't have kids, there's no point in me liking you. Maddie isn't mine, and you can't really expect me to be your stepdad forever. Not recommended too. Is that all? Don't worry so much, Isabel. Even if you can't have children, I'll still love you. And besides, we have Maddie, don't we? I've thought of her as my own daughter for a long time. Strongly recommended 3. A small chance doesn't mean no chance. Don't worry, Isabel. We'll just have to work overtime at night a few more times. We can definitely make it happen. Recommended option 2 analysis. The woman's primary concern is whether you will leave her for this reason. Directly stating your unwavering loyalty is the correct course of action. Is that all? Leo gently wrapped an arm around Isabel's slender waist, pulling her into his embrace. He spoke with an air of nonchalant comfort. Don't worry so much, Isabel. Even if you can't have children, I'll still love you. And besides, we have Maddie, don't we? I've thought of her as my own daughter for a long time. There was no way Leo would break up with Isabel just because she couldn't have children. She was his first and the woman he loved most. Her heart was surely heavy with sorrow right now. For a man to kick her while she was down, to say something thoughtless, would be worse than any love-him-and-leave-him player. Besides, he had the system. How could a little problem like this be impossible to solve? Ding. Isabel Vance's affinity has increased by 20 points. Current level is maxed out. Affinity cannot be increased further. She already considers you the most important person in her life. Leo, do you really mean that? Isabel looked up, her beautiful, almond-shaped eyes filled with relief and trust. His words had directly addressed the 2 biggest fears in her heart. Of course. Leo leaned down and kissed her pale forehead. Besides, a small chance doesn't mean no chance. Don't worry, Isabel. We'll just have to work overtime at night a few more times. I'm sure we can make it happen. There you go again, Isabel murmured, a blush rising on her cheeks. Her melancholy mood quickly evaporated, replaced by a profound sense of security. And don't you dare say anything about leaving me because of this, or telling me to live a happy life with Lily and you'll just visit when you have time, Leo said, his tone firm and serious, cutting off any potential self-sacrificing thoughts. I'm a writer, and even I wouldn't write a cliché that bad. So don't you go doing anything foolish, Isabel. If you really want to leave me, you'll have to do what you did to your ex-husband. Push me into the ocean to feed the fish. Otherwise, you're my woman for life. I don't know what's so special about me, Isabel muttered, pouting her red lips at his overbearing, yet childish analogy. A divorced woman with a child, who can't even be sure she can have another. How did I manage to bewitch you like this? Are you kidding me, Isabel? You're a married woman, Leo said, his skin now thick enough to stop bullets. I've told you before, I have a thing for single moms. If you weren't one, I might not have fallen for you in the first place. Oh, shut up. Sometimes I really just want to rip that mouth of yours off, Isabel said, her face crimson as she gave his thigh a sharp twist. Leo just grinned, not arguing back. Instead, he gently patted her head and whispered suggestively, Isabel, Lily's asleep. The little ones are asleep too. Isabel shot him a look that was pure, seductive charm. She gathered her hair, tied it back, and glanced nervously up the spiral staircase. Then, she picked up a throw pillow and placed it in front of Leo's lap. Perhaps because she had resigned herself to the idea of never having children with him, a strange sense of guilt spurred her on. She was more diligent, more eager than ever before, her eyes constantly flickering up to gauge his reaction. It seemed this gentle, intelligent woman wanted to use this method to compensate him. Isabel. Leo let out a heavy breath. As the director and screenwriter, the moment the script for his new TV show was finalized, Leo bid his girlfriends farewell and threw himself into the hectic whirlwind of production. During filming, he had to pay attention to every detail, constantly adjusting the script to fit the practicalities of a shoot. Some plot points didn't resonate with modern audiences, forcing him to pull all-nighters to revise them. He also actively communicated with the actors, guiding them to better interpret their roles. His new series was a fantasy epic, where the main characters had to travel across diverse lands to collect magical artifacts and save the world. To imbue the show with a sense of realism and emotional depth, Leo decided to shoot entirely on location. He handpicked a crew from his company, signed several promising B-list actors, and led the team on a cross-country journey. From bustling cities to quiet villages, from vast grasslands to treacherous mountains, Leo and his crew journeyed from place to place, searching for the perfect settings. Every landscape became a backdrop for their story. For over 2 months, Leo was practically living on planes. The crew had amassed hundreds of ticket stubs. Unlike a movie, a TV show required far more time and money. After 2 months of shooting, they were only 2/3 of the way through the main character storyline. Even after filming wrapped, post-production and special effects would eat up another month or two. Leo only had time to chat with his girlfriends when the plot and shooting schedule were running flawlessly. On December 25th, a day of biting winds, Leo's crew was filming on location in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. During their lunch break, he got a video call from Chloe. For a girl as boisterous and adventurous as Chloe, having a boyfriend who spent months flying all over the country was the definition of envy. Every time they talked, Leo would describe the local customs and scenery, and Chloe would threaten to skip school, grab her best friend, and join him. When she heard he was filming in Jackson Hole, she had been begging to see it. Since it was his break, Leo granted his little girlfriend's wish. He had been busy, but he hadn't neglected his relationships. He made sure to chat with each of them for at least 10 or 15 minutes every day, either during his lunch break or late at night. The temperature in Portland had also dropped dramatically. Chloe and Maya, both hating the cold, had decided to hide out in their dorm room instead of going out. The two best friends were lying in the same bed, tucked under the same comforter. The orange glow from a small space heater made their two exquisite faces shine. "Wow, it's so beautiful," Chloe exclaimed, her hands cupping her warm cheeks as she stared at the vast, snow-covered lake on his screen. She pouted with envy. "Leo the pig, I want to go there too. Why doesn't it look as good as the pictures online?" Maya, on the other hand, wasn't as impressed. "Leo, are you sure that's Jackson Hole? The pictures I saw in my elementary school textbook were super colorful. That's during other seasons. Jackson Hole isn't as pretty in the winter. Summer and fall are the best times to come," Leo explained, then dangled a carrot for them. "Once spring comes around next year, I'll drive you two out here. The locals say it's the most beautiful then, almost like a fairy tale." Okay. Chloe agreed with a beaming smile, already daydreaming about the three of them on a trip to Jackson Hole. Leo, when are you coming back? Maya asked with a grin. Chloe's been complaining every day that you only care about filming and making money and not about her feelings. When did I ever say that? Chloe huffed, denying it, though she had indeed complained to Maya. She knew Leo was working hard, and she wouldn't be unreasonable enough to complain in his face. In fact, she often reminded him to stay warm. But at the end of the day, Chloe was just a girl in her early 20s, deeply in love. No matter how understanding she was, 2 months without her boyfriend was bound to stir up some resentment. Over time, she had vented all of it to her best friend. This was why, even when a couple was together, a guy could never know his girlfriend as well as her best friend did. After all, if the bond was strong enough, a girl might tell her bestie everything, right down to her favorite positions and what felt good. I should be back in a few days, Leo said with a warm smile. I have to go back to the studio to talk with the post-production team about some story elements. I'll come spend a few days with you then. Really? The two of them exclaimed in unison. Maya's eyes lit up with joy. She missed him just as much as her best friend did. Leo nodded, making a promise. Yeah, I'll treat you to hot pot and spend some quality time with you. Leo the pig, you better not be lying to me. Chloe's cheeks puffed out, and all the pent-up frustration and loneliness suddenly surfaced. It's been so long since you spent time with me. Who else just lets their girlfriend run wild like this? They had been dating for a while, but besides her roommates, no one at school knew who Chloe's boyfriend was. Due to the nature of Leo's work, Chloe had never broadcasted the fact that her boyfriend was the ridiculously famous director, Leo Shepherd. Though she often grumbled to herself about him being too busy, whenever her other two roommates asked why he hadn't been calling, she would always make excuses for him. It had been the same when the news about Eleanor Hayes broke. Chloe had felt so wronged. She was his girlfriend, yet she couldn't openly admit it or explain anything. In truth, Chloe had wanted, more than once, to stand up and proudly announce to the entire university, "My boyfriend is the movie director, Leo Shepherd." 1. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not lying. The second I get off the plane, I won't even go to the studio. I'll drive straight to you. Strongly recommended. 2. You girls are all the same. Don't you know this is a critical time for my career? All you think about is romance. What? Are you going to support me with your money? Not recommended. 3. Of course I'm not lying. I've been missing you and Maya like crazy these past few months. When I get back, I'll give you everything I've been saving up. Recommended. Option 1 analysis. For a girl in the throes of love, she always wants her man to drop everything and rush to her side. Creating a small, romantic surprise is the perfect move. I'm sorry. I promise I'm not lying. The second I get off the plane, I won't even go to the studio. I'll drive straight to you, Leo said with absolute conviction, then added with a sly grin, I've been missing you and Maya like crazy these past few months. When I get back, I'll give you everything I've been saving up. What have you been saving up for us? Chloe asked, blinking curiously. Even though she'd been corrupted by her boyfriend and best friend, she still couldn't quite catch the more subtle dirty jokes. You Leo, you're so bad. Maya, however, narrowed her eyes with a suggestive smile and subconsciously swallowed. Seeing her best friend's sly look and the movement of her throat, Chloe instantly put 2 and 2 together. She glared at Leo, her face flushing red. Leo the pig, you're dead. And here I was thinking it was something nice. Haha, we're all adults here. What's there to be embarrassed about? Leo laughed shamelessly, then launched into some pseudo-intellectual nonsense. Besides, haven't you heard what they say online? The more depraved a couple's conversations are, the stronger their relationship, and the less likely they are to break up. If you ever want to leave me, you'd remember all the stuff we've done and be too embarrassed to go through with it. Maya, am I right? You're right. Maya sided with Leo without a moment's hesitation. She wasn't a fan of overly sweet, sappy romance. She found it boring and cliché. With a rebellious streak in her bones, she preferred her love life to be thrilling and a little wicked. It gave her an intoxicating rush. Right my ass, Chloe retorted indignantly. I think you're the one who corrupted my Leo. He wasn't like this before. Maya paused, a montage of steamy scenes flashing through her mind. She licked her lips and looked at Leo on the screen, thinking, who corrupted whom? Exactly? Director Shepherd, it's getting late. We should probably start filming the next scene, Derek Flynn said, walking over with a lunchbox. Seeing Leo smiling and chatting on his phone, he asked tentatively, Are you busy? Should I come back later? Not busy, just talking to my girlfriend, Leo said, taking the lunchbox without a second thought. He shook his head. Go tell everyone to get ready. We'll take another 10 minutes, then we'll start shooting. Got it. Derek nodded, his gaze flicking to Chloe and Maya on Leo's screen. He admitted it that easily. So this is his real girlfriend? The one on the left or the one on the right? As Derek walked away, lost in thought, Leo grinned to himself. He'd never guess. They both are. Ding. Chloe Miller's affinity has increased by 10 points. Current level is maxed out. Affinity cannot be increased further. She already considers you the most important person in her life. Hearing the system notification, Leo glanced curiously at Chloe on the screen. She was propping up her chin, a smile playing at the corners of her mouth as she looked at him, her bright eyes filled with trusting joy. It dawned on him then. His casual admission of her status as his girlfriend in front of his subordinate was what had made her so happy. Leo the pig, if you're busy, I won't bother you, Chloe said, a little reluctantly. Just remember to come back soon after you're done. I miss you. It was the first time his usually proud and willful little girlfriend had been so direct about her feelings. Leo couldn't help but feel touched. I will. I'll be back as soon as I'm done, Leo promised. Then he turned to Maya. Maya, while I'm away, you be a good girl and listen to your mother, okay? I'll be back to see you soon. Maya loved it when Leo talked to her like this. Under the covers, her feet kicked playfully. She nodded obediently. I know, Dad. Come back soon. Maya misses you a lot, too. Chloe thought Maya was just putting on a cutesy voice and joking around. But when she turned to look, she saw the look of pure devotion on her best friend's face. It didn't seem like an act at all. She really looked like a little girl longing for her father. After they hung up, Chloe stared at her best friend for a few seconds, her mind flashing back to when Maya first started dating. She remembered accidentally seeing Maya's chat history with a guy. Her best friend had been calling him daddy then, too. The messages had been incredibly suggestive, less like a couple and more like a father-daughter relationship masquerading as one. Maya, tell me the truth. Have you and Leo been together for a long time? Chloe asked, her expression serious. That boyfriend you had before, the one you called daddy, that was my Leo, wasn't it? Maya was caught. She hadn't expected Chloe to figure it out and couldn't think of a good excuse. She opted to flash a mischievous, cute smile, hoping to charm her way out of it. Mommy, you're so smart. No wonder our dad loves you so much. Maya is in complete awe of you. I knew it. Chloe squeezed her best friend's smooth, pale cheek, scolding her indignantly. No wonder you wouldn't introduce me to your boyfriend back then. You were already hooked up with him, and you lied to me, telling me he was a professor from another department. Is this how you treat your best friend? Chloe, think of it this way, Maya said, not resisting, and spouted some cheerful nonsense. The fact that we both fell for the same guy just proves how close we are. We even have the same taste in men. Besides, she continued, at least I'm being honest with you now, and I got your permission, right? That's way better than those backstabbing friends who steal their bestie's boyfriend. They say you have to guard against fire, thieves, and your best friend, but you don't even have to guard against me. I'm so well-behaved. Chloe didn't know whether to laugh or cry at Maya's logic. You little shit. So by your logic, I should thank you for cheating with my boyfriend. Oh, I should be the one thanking you. I wouldn't dare reverse our roles, Maya said, burying her face in Chloe's chest with a big, expectant smile. Bestie, thank you for sharing Leo with me. From now on, the three of us will live happily ever after. When you two get married and have kids, I'll help you babysit. Our family of 4 or 5 can travel the world together. I'm suddenly not in the mood to share him with you anymore. Chloe declared triumphantly. That's what you get for lying to me back then. And who would dare let you babysit? If I left the kid with you, who knows what you'd teach them? In that case, you'll just have to do your best to keep me away from Leo from now on. Chloe paused, thinking for a second that Maya felt guilty and was about to back out. But Maya didn't seem to care at all. Instead, she said excitedly, I'll just have to do it secretly. You can't be with Leo all the time, right? Maya Pierce, I'm going to kill you. Chloe nearly choked with rage. The two of them immediately started wrestling under the covers. After the sweet and flirty chat with his little girlfriend, Leo held the warm lunchbox in one hand and gazed out at the frozen lake. A biting cold washed over him. The ice was as smooth as a mirror, reflecting the winter sun with a stark, cold light. In the distance, trees and buildings swayed in the wind, rustling softly. For some reason, a wave of inexplicable melancholy washed over him. But then, thinking of all the people he loved back in Portland, that melancholy instantly transformed into a hopeful joy that grew and expanded within him. Driven by this feeling, he impulsively opened his messaging app and began to methodically send a declaration of love to each of his girlfriends, the 3 words most common between lovers. In just a few moments, his spontaneous confessions began to receive replies. My old landlady, I love you too, sweetie. Come back soon. Maddie's been begging to fly out and find you for days. Elf Princess. Humph. Didn't see it. This one doesn't count. I'm waiting for you to come back and say it to my face. Country Mouse. I love you too. Have you been drinking? It's so cold. Don't have too much. My underscore good. I love you too, Daddy. Smiling face with horns. My investor. Talk is cheap. When are you planning on coming back to love me? You bastard. You stood me up last time. Angry emoji. Riley Shepard. Whoa. What are you doing? Who are you, old man? Tell me, what's your sister's name? Sophie Shepard. I love you too, but bro, do you love me more? Or do you love Riley more? Cute emoji. Each girlfriend, with her unique personality, replied in her own way, yet each response perfectly matched the impression he had of them in his heart. Typing these out one by one is exhausting. Leo muttered with a smile as he read through the replies, a hopeful thought crossing his mind. It would be great if I could just pull them all into one group chat. Then I could just at everyone. Of course, that was just a fantasy. Even if he could resolve the impending disaster zone, and they could all live in harmony, he probably wouldn't be able to pull that off. Whether it was Chloe and Maya, or Isabel and Lily, their acceptance of the situation was based on pre-existing relationships and had evolved out of necessity. After the whole truth came out, getting them all to meet and accept each other would be an unbelievably difficult task. So even if they did, he wouldn't dare be so bold as to put them all in a group chat. He'd probably have to count his blessings if they could just manage a turn-a-blind-eye attitude. Huh? Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Leo suddenly noticed a few extra replies in his list. He looked closer at the contact names and was completely dumbfounded. Dr. Jean, thanks for the offer. I'm in the States. We'll be back after Christmas. If I'm in a good mood, I might let you play around a bit. Sarcastic emoji. Grace Grant. Leo, did you send this to the wrong person? This was probably meant for your little girlfriend, right? Showing off your love life to me now, are you? Smirking emoji. Clara Shelton. Dr. Jean was Eleanor's former psychiatrist, Dr. Nicole Jean. Before Leo met Eleanor, Nicole had been her primary doctor, responsible for her mental health. After Eleanor recovered, Nicole had gone abroad again. Aside from a few casual chats, Leo hadn't had much contact with her. Her reply was quite open. He just wondered where she'd heard that he was a player. Grace Grant, from Timeless Impressions, had also guessed that the message wasn't for her. As for Clara Shelton, Leo lifted his head and scanned the busy crew, quickly spotting her helping him organize scripts. Clara held her phone, glanced at him with a detached expression, but said nothing. She put her phone away and continued with her work. Ding! Clara Shelton's affinity for the host has decreased by 2 points. Current affinity is 2. Please continue to work hard, host. If Clara had sent any other reply, Leo might have had a chance to salvage their rapport. Her sending nothing meant she had completely let go of whatever positive feelings had developed between them. Clara was the most rational, purest kind of romantic. At her age, with her hopes for love, she naturally had no interest in a player like Leo, who flitted from flower to flower. Ever since she found out about his ways, her affinity for him had plummeted. Now, their interactions were limited to professional conversations. Even their private chats were strictly about work. The last 2 points of affinity were probably just a remnant of gratitude for the times he had helped her. TCH, this is tough, Leo sighed. He wolfed down his lunch, brushed the snow off his clothes, and got up to rally the crew back to work. The afternoon scenes weren't difficult. The actors, all handpicked by Leo himself using his God's eye ability, were top-notch in both skill and appearance. With their lead actor, Hugh, a Hollywood veteran renowned for his work in fantasy epics, most of the afternoon shots were done in a single take. Cut. Okay, that's a wrap. Leo put down the walkie-talkie and stood up, shouting to the crew. Great work, everyone. Head back to the hotel. Get cleaned up. 9 o'clock tonight. Dinner's on me at the rustic lodge at the foot of the mountain. All right. The cast and crew cheered, eagerly packing up their things. Clean up, crew. You guys will have to work a little longer. Stay behind and make sure all the trash is cleared. Leo specifically instructed the sanitation team. I don't want the media saying our production is irresponsible, especially since this is a tourist spot. Don't worry, Director Shepard, the team leader promised. Leo commanded a great deal of respect at his company. He could be short-tempered when actors repeatedly made mistakes, but even so, most of the staff and crew trusted him. He kept his professional and personal lives strictly separate. If you were getting paid, you were expected to do your job well, and getting chewed out for messing up was normal. But outside of work, Leo was incredibly down-to-earth. As the director, he'd even chat with extras who had only a few seconds of screen time, without any airs whatsoever. Director Shepard, your sister is here, Clara said, pulling up in her car and leaning over to speak in his ear. She brought a friend. Okay, I know. Leo nodded, gathering the scripts from the table. Cassandra Sterling had been traveling in Wyoming with her best friend. When she heard Leo was filming in Jackson Hole, she decided to stop by and see him. Leo had Derek Flynn take the actors to the rustic lodge for dinner. He, on the other hand, picked up some freshly grilled, spicy barbecue and drove to the hotel alone. Coming, he knocked on the door, and a patter of footsteps echoed from within. The door swung open, and the wild, long-lost sister he hadn't seen in ages poked her head out, a wide grin on her face. Yo, bro. Leo held up the barbecue. Have you eaten yet? Nope. Cassandra took the food with a cheerful smile. Thanks, bro. Is it okay if I come in? Leo glanced into the warm-looking room, asking tentatively. Since Cassandra had brought a friend, he didn't want to barge in and create any misunderstanding. Of course. Come in and get warm. Cassandra grabbed Leo's arm and pulled him into the room, then introduced him to the girl sitting on the bed. Bro, this is my friend, Quinn Hayes. Quinn, this is my brother, Leo Shepard. The one I told you about, the super-duper famous director. Hello, the girl on the bed said, standing up politely as she methodically folded clothes. Her voice was cool and clear, with a hint of distant courtesy. She was stunningly beautiful, with a delicate, pale, oval face and a small, elegant nose. Her thin lips were curved into a faint, polite smile. Leo stared at her, momentarily stunned, not just by her incredible beauty, but by a nagging feeling that he had seen her somewhere before. This might be a little forward, but have I met you somewhere? Leo tilted his head, squinting as he studied Quinn's face, trying to place her. You look so familiar. Eleanor Hayes, right? Cassandra blurted out. The first time I met Quinn, I thought she looked exactly like Eleanor. Bro, do you think so too? Oh, right. You look a lot like a friend of mine, Leo said, clapping his hands together in realization. He hadn't thought of it at first because the Eleanor he knew now was either lazing around or sleeping, a far cry from the cool, aloof woman he'd first met. This girl not only looked like Eleanor, but she even had the same chilly aura and a similar-sounding voice. At that thought, a jolt went through him. Her last name was Hayes, and she looked so much like his investor. Could she be Eleanor's sister? I thought Quinn was Eleanor's sister at first, too, Cassandra explained with a laugh, setting the barbecue on the table. But she just looks like her. She's not related to Eleanor at all. Is that so? Leo looked at Quinn doubtfully, finding it increasingly hard to believe she wasn't related to his investor. But on closer inspection, there were differences. Eleanor's eyes were elegant willow leaf shapes that were incredibly healing when she smiled and held a hint of mischief when she was acting out. Quinn's eyes were fuller, almond-shaped. Her expressions didn't have the same captivating pull as Eleanor's, but she was still an Ice Queen-level beauty. The most immediate difference was that Eleanor's aloofness was tinged with wealth and privilege, while Quinn just seemed like a very quiet girl. Everyone says that, Quinn said with a faint smile, offering a half-joking explanation. If I were really related to the richest man's daughter, I wouldn't have to worry about a thing for the rest of my life. Well, I am. My dad is Connor Sterling, and my brother is the hottest director right now, Cassandra said with a touch of pride. From now on, we're sisters. We'll just follow them and live the good life. But I can't rely on you forever, Quinn said, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear, a little embarrassed. You paid for this whole trip. While the two of them were chatting, Leo decisively used his God's eye ability on Quinn. Name, Quinn Hayes. Gender, female. Age, 20. Sexual orientation, female. Appearance, 9. 3. Height, 5'6". Weight, 108 lbs. Hobbies, reading, piano. Lesbians. Measurements, 30-19-34. Affinity for host, 2. Family status, single parent. Household father, Harrison Hayes. Mother, Fiona Carter's sister. Eleanor Hayes. Current mood, pleasant. Relationship status, in a relationship. Current location, the Teton Grand Hotel, Jackson Hole. Intimate encounters, 0 solo sessions. 56. No, dude, it's for real. After scanning Quinn's detailed profile, Leo swallowed hard, his face a mask of disbelief. Not only did Eleanor actually have a sister, but he had managed to run into her, and she was his own sister's best friend? Was the world really this small? And to top it all off, Quinn was a lesbian. Leo watched them carefully as they talked. He noticed they stood very close, and when Quinn looked at Cassandra, her eyes held a distinct tenderness and a hint of gentle reproach. Please, God, let it not be what I think it is, Leo prayed silently, using the system to check their affinity for each other. Ding. Cassandra Sterling's affinity for Quinn Hayes is 45. Ding. Quinn Hayes' affinity for Cassandra Sterling is 50. Fuck, it really is. Leo's mouth twitched. He was at a loss for words. Was this his punishment for being a player? He finally finds his long-lost sister, and she turns out to be a lesbian. And it wasn't enough to randomly meet his girlfriend's secret sister. That secret sister had to be dating his own sister. Could their relationships possibly get any more tangled? Bro, what's wrong? Cassandra asked, blinking curiously when she saw Leo's pained expression. Are you not feeling well? It's nothing, just a stomachache, Leo said with a weak smile, not knowing what else to say. A stomachache means your schedule is all messed up, Cassandra said, lecturing him seriously. You need to stop staying up so late. Do your work during the day. Here, Leo, Quinn said, thoughtfully handing him a paper cup of warm water. Her eyes held a trace of reverence, giving him the odd feeling of a girlfriend meeting her partner's family for the first time. This is Cassandra's brother. I have to make a good impression. Thanks. Hearing Quinn's inner thoughts, Leo's hands trembled as he took the cup. He downed the water as if it were poison. Leo, are you good friends with Eleanor Hayes? Quinn asked with a smile. I heard from Cassandra that she hangs out on your set a lot. Is she still in Portland? I wonder how my sister is doing. I really want to see her. Well, we were dating just a little while ago, so I'd say our relationship is pretty good, Leo said, half joking, before answering seriously. She opened a music conservatory in Portland now. Hey, wait, are you not from Portland? Quinn's from Tennessee, Cassandra interjected, sitting down next to her and casually placing a hand on Quinn's. She smiled. She and her mom just moved to Portland at the beginning of this year. Oh, I see, Leo said thoughtfully. He glanced at the hand Cassandra had placed on Quinn's, and the corner of his mouth twitched again. Leo didn't discriminate against or oppose such relationships, but the fact that it was his own sister involved just felt weird. Noticing Leo's stunned gaze, Cassandra let out an awkward laugh, stood up, and went to the window to pretend to adjust the curtains. Quinn also looked shy, blushing as she lowered her head, her cool eyes occasionally darting up to gauge Leo's reaction. I wonder if Cassandra's brother will approve of us. Ahem. Anyway, Leo said, flustered. He pointed at the barbecue he'd brought to change the subject. You should eat that before it gets cold. All right. Quinn, let's eat, Cassandra said, opening the packaging and waving Quinn over. Quinn obediently went to her side. Quinn, why are you suddenly so interested in Eleanor? Leo asked tentatively. Is she really your sister? How could that be? Quinn paused, then shook her head with a smile. I'm just curious what life is like for a girl who looks so much like me and is also the daughter of the richest man in the city. I see, Leo said, still skeptical. While the young couple ate their barbecue, Leo walked over to the window, a worried expression on his face. He decided to ask his investor if she knew she had a wild sister running around. Since Quinn hadn't told Cassandra about her relationship with Eleanor, she certainly wasn't going to tell Leo, whom she had just met. He suspected there was some unspoken story between the two sisters. Offline mode, what are you up to? How time to chat? My investor, taking a bath and watching SpongeBob. What's up? 12 video. The video thumbnail showed a pair of pale, rosy knees in a bubble-filled bathtub. Just above them, the faint curve of her southern hemisphere was visible. The style was reminiscent of the risque videos shared on Discord servers. But who would have guessed the girl in this one was the daughter of Portland's wealthiest man? Leo didn't dare, nor was he in the mood, to open the video right now, worried about what strange sounds Eleanor might make. Offline mode. Just a random thought. But do you have any siblings? I met a girl today who looks exactly like you. After he sent the message, Eleanor's status showed she was typing for a long time. Then, a voice message came through. My investor. Is her name Quinn Hayes? So she knows, Leo muttered to himself. He typed furiously on his phone, deciding to just lay it all out. Offline mode, yep. She's my sister's friend right now. I'm in their hotel room. Sweating emoji. Leo was too embarrassed and didn't know how to explain the full situation. He couldn't just tell his investor, your sister and my sister have been scissoring for a while now. Care to explain? A few minutes later, another message came from his investor. My investor. Video call me right now. I want to see her. Soon after, his phone started ringing. Leo froze for a second, then looked at Quinn, who was eating her barbecue. Quinn, I was just talking to Eleanor. She said she wants to see you. Leo didn't give any more details. He just handed the ringing phone to a bewildered Quinn. One sister didn't want to expose her identity, while the other was desperate to see her sibling. As an outsider, Leo didn't want to get in the middle of it. Cassandra, oblivious to the real relationship, just laughed. Eleanor probably just wants to see for herself how much you look like her. Quinn looked stunned. As the phone continued to ring, she weighed her options, then pursed her lips and accepted the video call. With a chime, Eleanor, dressed in pajamas, appeared on the screen. The two sisters stared at each other with complicated expressions, their lips parting and closing, neither knowing what to say. Only Cassandra broke the silence, cheerfully jumping into the frame. "Long time no see, Eleanor. Who are you?" Eleanor's attention was diverted to Cassandra. Leo had told her he had a sister, but Eleanor had never met her. The last time they had seen each other was years ago in Germany. "I'm Cassandra Sterling, Leo's sister. His biological sister. My dad is Connor Sterling. He and your dad are close friends," Cassandra explained patiently, trying to jog Eleanor's memory. "We met in Germany a long time ago. My dad brought me to visit you. You even taught me some German back then." Eleanor didn't want to dredge up those unpleasant memories. Besides, her entire focus was on her sister. She just shook her head distractedly. "Sorry, I don't remember." "Well, it has been a lot of years," Cassandra said, not feeling awkward at all. She smiled. "Eleanor, look, this is my girl. This is my best friend, Quinn Hayes. Doesn't she look just like you? And her last name is Hayes, too." Eleanor's next words were a bombshell. "I'm her sister. Of course we look alike. If we had the same mother, you probably wouldn't be able to tell us apart." "Huh?" Cassandra blinked, completely lost. "Eleanor, what did you just say?" "Sister," Quinn whispered in a choked voice before Cassandra could process it. Her eyes were red with tears. "I missed you so much." "Wait." Cassandra recoiled, stunned. She looked from Eleanor on the screen to the tearful Quinn beside her, utterly bewildered. "Holy crap. Eleanor is really Quinn's sister? Doesn't that make Eleanor my sister-in-law?" "Don't cry," Eleanor said. Seeing her sister after so many years had her feeling a chaotic mix of emotions, the joy of reunion and the frustration of their complicated family ties. Quinn kept wiping away her tears. Just as she was about to say something, Eleanor squinted at her, her expression complex as she blurted out, "Fuck, the more I look at you, the more you look like my old self. Fuck. Fucking repressed memories are attacking me." "Quinn?" Question mark. Eleanor was angry because Quinn was a living, breathing reminder of her past self, triggering a flood of memories she had buried deep down and refused to confront. Before she returned to the country and met Leo, Eleanor's life had been one of crushing pressure and anxiety. She had been deeply depressed, frequently entertaining suicidal thoughts, which led to Harrison Hayes assigning several bodyguards and a private doctor to watch her around the clock. Combined with Harrison's bizarrely strict upbringing and his decree that the two sisters could not acknowledge each other, the sight of Quinn filled Eleanor with an inexplicable rage, as if she were yelling at her former self. But in Quinn's memory, Eleanor had always been a quiet, elegant older sister. The first time they met was in Tennessee. Eleanor was 14 and Quinn was 10. From that first moment, Quinn was captivated by the unique, refined aura that surrounded Eleanor. She remembered that day vividly. The sun was bright, a gentle spring breeze was blowing, and Eleanor was sitting at her desk, reading. The window was open, and the wind would occasionally lift strands of her silky hair, veiling her delicate, pale face. Every movement Eleanor made was so graceful and poised, putting Quinn completely at ease. The simple act of brushing her hair back was enough to make Quinn's heart flutter. When Eleanor learned that Quinn was her biological sister, the usually reserved girl showed a rare, radiant happiness. Her smile was as warm as the spring wind, her eyes as deep as a lake, seemingly holding infinite wisdom and gentleness. It was safe to say that Eleanor was a major reason for Quinn's sexual orientation. In a way, it had been love at first sight. Even now, over a decade later, Quinn would unconsciously mimic her sister's gestures, tone of voice, and even her way of thinking, hoping to become as elegant and charming as her. Later, as Harrison Hayes' business empire grew until he became Portland's richest man, the sisters saw each other less and less. Worried that his carefully built enterprise would be jeopardized by their relationship, Harrison forbade them from contacting each other and even sent Quinn and her mother to live abroad. He didn't cut them off completely, however. He secretly had people protect them and provided significant financial support. But Eleanor, already in need of emotional comfort due to Harrison's rigid parenting, became even more withdrawn and depressed after her father sent her sister away. In many ways, Harrison was the cause of Eleanor's psychological issues. So, Eleanor's vulgar, profane outburst completely broke Quinn's brain. She couldn't accept that her elegant sister could spew such crude, nasty words. It was as if her idol's pedestal had crumbled to dust. "Sister, did you just swear?" Quinn asked, shrinking back, her voice a weak reminder. "Swearing is bad." "Fuck, what's wrong with swearing?" Eleanor, already inexplicably irritated, shot back with some of the warped logic Leo had taught her. "If you don't let the dirty words out, your heart gets dirty. You're still young, and you don't understand anything. You'll get it when you get out into the real world. Huh? The real world? Quinn blinked, at a loss for how to respond. It was hard to imagine such strange, thick skin lines coming from Eleanor's mouth. I wonder what happened to my sister all these years. Her personality has changed so much. Does that old man not care anymore? Hearing Quinn's thoughts, Leo cleared his throat, feeling a pang of guilt. This woman has done even crazier things. If you knew, you'd probably chase me with a knife. Shit, I can't talk anymore. If I keep looking at your face, I'm going to have nightmares tonight, Eleanor said, rubbing her eyes wearily. She then turned to Leo. Leo, send me your location. I'm coming over tonight to talk to my sister. 1. Are you serious? It's late, and it's snowing like crazy here. I'll be back in a few days anyway. I can just drive her to you then. What's the difference? Not recommended to. Okay. I miss you anyway. Be safe on the road. Let me know when you're close, so I can get all cleaned up and wait for you. Recommended 3. Fine. I'll send you the location. Get here quick. I need to do a thorough inspection to see what the differences are between you and your sister. Don't want to get you mixed up. I need to memorize your distinguishing features to tell you apart. Not recommended. Option 2 analysis. In matters like this, it's best not to go against your girlfriend's wishes. Complying with her intentions is the most appropriate course of action. Are you serious? It's late, and it's snowing like crazy here, Leo protested. He knew without even thinking that she wasn't coming for her sister. She was coming to drill him. More importantly, judging by Quinn's inner thoughts, if she found out that he was the one who had turned Eleanor into her current self, her impression of him would plummet. I don't believe you. You bastard, you're definitely just feeding me another empty promise, Eleanor said, lifting her chin dismissively. Quinn, you send me the location. I'm coming over now. Okay. Quinn snapped out of her shock at her sister's vulgarity and sent her the hotel's location. After the video call ended, a heavy silence fell over the hotel room. The three of them were lost in their own thoughts. Cassandra's mind was the most active. Oh my God, seriously? Eleanor is Quinn's sister? What are we going to do now? Her dad will never approve of us. God damn it. This is that cliché, isn't it? The one where lovers finally become sisters-in-law. Could this get any more melodramatic? Leo came back to his senses and found Quinn studying him with a calm expression, a flicker of suspicion in her eyes. It feels like her relationship with my sister is unusually close. Are they dating? But didn't Cassandra say his girlfriend was the one from Florida? Is this guy two-timing? You and my sister seem to be really close, Leo, Quinn said, her questioning gaze softening into a curious smile. How did you two meet? Can you tell me? 1. Why do you ask? Are you trying to steal your sister's man? Not recommended 2. You probably won't believe this, but your sister and I met on a social app. She was on there looking for someone to vent to, and I just happened to match with her. Recommended 3. Let's not talk about that. When your sister gets here, you two can stand together so I can do a thorough inspection and see what's different. Not recommended. You probably won't believe this, but your sister and I met on a social app, Leo said truthfully. She was on there looking for someone to act out with, and I just happened to match with her. Oh, Quinn looked surprised, then asked tentatively, so when you first met my sister, was she like she is now? Leo hesitated awkwardly. He couldn't very well admit that her current personality was entirely his doing, so he doubled down. Yeah, she was just like this when I met her. Didn't act like a girl at all. I see, Quinn murmured, only half convinced. It seems something must have happened to my sister these past few years. From an elegant, aloof heiress to a foul-mouthed delinquent, Quinn was sure something significant had happened to Eleanor since she returned to the country. While Quinn was lost in thought, Leo quietly studied her as she sat on the edge of the bed. It was uncanny how much she looked like her sister. If she were a few inches taller, her voice a little colder, her clothes a little more luxurious, and the two of them stood in front of him, Leo doubted he could tell them apart at first glance. Just then, he happened to notice a small, light-colored mole on the side of her neck. Looks like I'll be able to tell them apart, after all, Leo thought, letting out a strange sigh of relief. Eleanor's skin was flawless, like polished white porcelain, except for a darker mole on her inner thigh. Ugh, this is so frustrating. What'd I do now? Eleanor will never approve of her sister being with me. Hearing Cassandra's inner voice, Leo felt a mix of relief and an urge to laugh. He didn't know how Quinn and Cassandra had gotten together, but it seemed their relationship was doomed. He decided he would see if he could help. Correct his sister's orientation later on. Leo stifled a laugh, cleared his throat, and looked at Cassandra. How's your family been lately? Same old, Cassandra said, her voice tinged with sadness. She glanced back and forth at Quinn, as if remembering something, then added with a note of surprise, though Uncle and Auntie have been visiting our house a lot these days. Leo froze. My parents. Yeah, Cassandra said with a smile. Bro, did you make them angry recently? They've been coming over to our house constantly, and all they talk about is you. Leo rubbed his knees, exasperated. They didn't really go and tattle on me, did they? Are they planning to send me back to the military? Bro, I think you should just come home, Cassandra urged him gently. If you come back, we'll all be one family. You won't have to neglect anyone, and Mom has been hoping you'd come back. She sighed. It's just that she's a bit introverted, and she feels so guilty about what happened back then that she doesn't dare to call you. You have no idea. After she saw you at your place that first day, she went home and cried for hours. I'm curious, Leo said, not answering her question, but smiling instead. We haven't seen each other in years. Logically, we shouldn't have much of a connection. Why are you so set on me coming back? Aren't you afraid I'll fight you for the inheritance? I've never cared about any of that, Cassandra stated seriously. Besides, I've known you were my brother since elementary school. Leo was surprised. Really? Really? When I was in 3rd grade, Dad told me I had a brother named Leo Shepard, Cassandra said, pulling out her phone and opening a photo she had saved for years. See, I took this outside your apartment complex. This is you, and these are those 2 sisters. This is you playing marbles with them. And here's one of you carrying Riley on your back to school every day after she hurt her leg. I've kept these for years. Leo looked at the photo of himself. It was definitely him in middle school. The thick, nerdy glasses and the messy, nest-like hair were proof enough. Back then, Dad wouldn't let me come find you. I took all of these in secret, Cassandra mumbled, sounding a little hurt. Growing up, Mom and Dad were never home. I felt like I was raised by wolves, with only bodyguard for company. All I wanted was to be like those sisters, to have a reliable older brother who would be there for me. And here you're talking about inheritance. Sorry. I was just kidding, Leo said, ruffling Cassandra's hair. Things are complicated, but I've always thought of you as my sister. My real sister. So you'll come back? Cassandra seized the opportunity, looking up at him with hopeful eyes. Will you grant my wish of having a big brother? Honestly, so many years have passed. Whether they sold me or abandoned me, I let it go a long time ago. I'm certainly not holding a grudge, Leo said after a moment's hesitation, a conflicted look on his face. It's just, suddenly having a pair of biological parents show up and expect me to come back and live with them. Anyone would find that awkward. What's so awkward about it? We're family, bonded by blood. Even if Dad made a mistake back then, Mom didn't do anything wrong, Cassandra argued nonchalantly. She didn't know anything about it at the time. She almost divorced Dad over it. Is that true? Leo was surprised. This was the first he'd heard of it. Of course. I swear on my life. Cassandra nodded emphatically, then shuddered with a grimace. And it's a good thing they didn't get divorced, or I wouldn't exist. Leo, how about this, bro? Next month on the 11th, it's my birthday. You come with Uncle and Auntie. You can bring those sisters too, Cassandra said, then threw her arms around him, her voice muffled as she pleaded. Bro, I've never had a real family birthday party in my whole life. Can't you grant your little sister this one small wish? Faced with his cheap little sister's persistent pleas, Leo Shepard weighed the pros and cons for what felt like forever before finally giving in. It was just dinner, after all. He hung out in the hotel room, chatting with the 2 girls for a while. Cassandra Sterling was a total chatterbox, jumping from one topic to another as she filled Leo in on all the family drama. Quinn Hayes was just like her sister back in the day, quiet, but she soaked up every word of the sibling banter, her listening mode on full blast. Leo figured that was probably what drew Quinn to Cassandra. People who aren't big talkers tend to gravitate toward those who can spin a yarn like nobody's business. Though, this girl didn't seem too picky about gender. High and mighty personalities might not even exist. Some folks just aren't chatty, or they're not interested in most things, keeping their real selves under wraps. But hit on something or someone they care about, and they'll light up like a Christmas tree. After maybe 2 hours, the crew finally trickled back from the rustic lodge at the base of the mountain, and there was a knock at the hotel door. Cassandra went to answer it, and there stood Eleanor Hayes, bundled up like a fluffy white penguin, shivering in the doorway with a black bag in hand. Next to her was a bodyguard holding an umbrella dotted with melting snowflakes. Hey, Eleanor, Cassandra greeted her warmly. Hey, Eleanor replied coolly, nodding before turning to the bodyguard. Go grab a room and crash. No need to wait up. The bodyguard nodded and left, and Eleanor followed Cassandra inside. You're here. Leo was tapping away on his phone, drafting chapters, not even looking up as he acknowledged her. Sis. Quinn jumped up from the bed's edge, her face lit up with the joy of a long-awaited reunion, mixed with a hint of awe. This was the real princess of Portland, after all. Quinn might look just like her, but she was only the little sister. She's still so gorgeous. Eleanor stepped up to Quinn, squinting as she took her in with a mix of emotions, like staring into a mirror from her past. Damn, the resemblance is uncanny. Eleanor pulled her gaze away with mock disgust. Leo pocketed his phone and grinned. Looking like you is a bad thing? You're gorgeous. You wouldn't get it, idiot. Eleanor shot back, her mouth running a mile a minute. Damn it, Leo, I still haven't settled the score for you ghosting me last time. Back when Leo had helped his neighbor's daughter get into Eleanor's conservatory, he promised to swing by and hang out. But then the company's departments wrapped up, and if he didn't start filming soon, all the prep gear and schedules would go to waste, costing a fortune in delays. No choice but to feed her a vague excuse and bolt with the crew to scout locations. Those days, Eleanor had ripped into him nonstop. Damn it, Leo started to argue, but caught himself with the two girls in earshot, swallowing his retort. I explained already. Work got crazy, couldn't get away. You're right, keep lying. Eleanor crossed her arms, turning away in a huff of spoiled defiance. The two sisters exchanged glances, sharing an awkward chuckle as the bickering unfolded. Quinn, yes sis, what's up? Eleanor set the black bag on the floor. I'm gonna hop in the shower first. I'm all sticky from the snow. Lend me some clothes after? Sure, no problem. Quinn nodded eagerly, her breath quickening as she rushed to rummage through her suitcase. She's gonna wear my clothes. She's gonna wear my clothes. Another one's lost it, Leo muttered, his mouth twitching. He eyed Eleanor's black bag. You didn't pack anything for this cold? What's in there? Eleanor flashed a wicked, teasing grin. You'll find out tonight. Leo, ? Eleanor emerged from the shower in her sister's clothes, and Quinn's eyes went wide, faking concern. Sis, are they too tight? Way too small, but whatever. Eleanor smiled faintly, patting Quinn's head like a stray pet before striding over to Leo. She's stunning. Is this the peak of Portland beauty? Cassandra marveled inwardly with a touch of dramatic flair. Leo, though, had zero extra thoughts. He'd seen every inch of the rich girl. Like a gourmet meal, delicious at first, but overdo it and it gets old. I'm never washing these clothes again. Quinn was the most thrilled, her eyes glued to Eleanor. If Leo couldn't hear her thoughts, he'd buy her innocent, aloof vibe hook, line, and sinker. Quinn, it's getting late. I'm gonna shower too. Chat with my brother and them. Cassandra grabbed her pajamas and headed to the bathroom. Sure, go ahead. With Cassandra in the shower, Quinn sidled up to Eleanor, eager to catch up with her long-lost sister. But Eleanor seemed uninterested in this out-of-nowhere sibling, fixated instead on Leo's auto-battler game, her feet dangling off the bed, swinging happily like she was in a great mood. Sis, how've Uncle and Aunt been lately? Quinn perched primly on the chair across from them, fumbling for a topic. She wanted to bridge the gap, but small talk wasn't her forte. They're fine, not dead yet. Then she pointed at Leo's screen, laughing. Haha, idiot, you missed that card. I saw it. Quit yapping. You're distracting me. And dry your damn hair. No way. Leo's familiar griping made Eleanor wiggle happily. If Quinn weren't there, she'd have pounced already. Quinn's feelings were a mess, thrown by her sister's transformation, curious about her bond with Leo, and oddly hostile toward him. Leo's got a girlfriend, right? Why is he so close to my sister? And why doesn't she get mad when he snaps at her? She looks excited. After hanging out in the hotel with the three girls a bit longer, Leo braved the blizzard alone back to his room. He slotted the key card, and the massive suite warmed up quick. This was the closest hotel to Jackson Hole, and the whole crew was holed up here. Leo cracked the window, letting in a blast of crisp, freezing air. Through the thin fog, he spotted the snow-blanketed valley ahead. Rivers and lakes frozen solid, the whole place wrapped in silence, broken only by the occasional gust. His filming spot was right by the lake in the snow, with tents still pitched for campouts. Faint lights glowed from a few, probably underlings pulling overtime on their tasks. If she were here, she'd drag me out to the lakeside for pics at this hour. Leo leaned on the sill, smiling to himself. That lively, playful figure sharpened in his mind. He was thinking of Chloe Miller, of course. Among his girlfriends, Chloe's personality stood out. Sassy yet clingy, stubborn as hell, even though she adored her boyfriend. Sure, on trips or in public, girls love being bubbly around their guys. Even Isabel Vance, with their age gap thing, might suggest wandering Jackson Hole to soak in the vibes. If a girl holds back around you on vacation, time to question if you're even on her radar. Among Leo's girls, maybe only the sweet, shy Lily Reed would skip the freezing outdoors. Introverted as she was, she'd prefer cozy hotel chats with her guy. The rich girl might vibe with Lily's idea, but it wouldn't stop at talking. Ding dong. The doorbell snapped him from his thoughts. In this freezing dead of night, Leo knew exactly who it was. Eleanor was supposed to crash in her sister Quinn's room. With Quinn here in Jackson Hole, and her being into girls with a sister fixation, Leo worried what she'd think if she found Eleanor at his place come morning. In those few seconds of hesitation, Eleanor lost patience, firing off a text. "Rich girl, damn it, I know you're up. Open up." Then another doorbell chime. Interestingly, she didn't spam it or bang like a maniac. Even all wild now, her ingrained manners held. Straight backed at meals, polite hellos to strangers, no slurping or smacking. Even impatient, she wouldn't get rude. Upbringing and etiquette were muscle memory. Maybe only around Leo did this poised heiress drop the act a bit. Speak of the devil. Leo chuckled, shaking his head as he opened the door. There she stood, pretty face pouting. She still had that black bag. Damn it, what took so long? She was stunning as ever. Fair oval face, arched brows, plump red lips. Arms crossed, all righteous indignation, with a cute edge of contrast. She'd rushed over without spares, still in Quinn's clothes. The thought of his girlfriend in her sister's outfit, and him peeling it off later, felt off somehow. 1. Damn, always locking me down, my body's tough, but not this tough. Not recommended 2. Grab her ears gently. Cold, babe? Get in bed. I warmed it for you. Recommended 3. Babe, you passed a park on the way, right? It's freezing and late. No one's out. How about I leash you and walk you through at dawn? Strongly recommended. Option 3 analysis. For a girlfriend with special tastes, even if she protests, deep down she's already thrilled. Damn, quit being a dope. Get in here. Leo brushed snow from her hair. You're the dope. Hurry, it's freezing out here. Eleanor grinned, shoving him inside. Once in, she turned full flirt, hands roaming like a pro. Whoa, slow down, eager beaver. Leo caught her cold ears. Babe, let's talk first. Who dived straight in? Eleanor nodded sagely. Right, foreplay matters. Leo's mouth twitched. He was at a loss. The rich girl had gone full throttle. What do you think of your sister? Leo asked, curious about her take on the near twin. Eleanor blinked at him, then warned seriously. Damn it, Leo, no way. She's my sister, even if she looks like me. Don't treat her as a stand-in. Huh. Leo blinked, confused, then got it and clarified. Damn, quit freaking. I'm not thinking that. Just wondering your vibe on her. It's been ages. Don't you want to catch up? Relieved he wasn't scheming, Eleanor sighed, complicated. I don't know how to be around her. Years apart, the bonds faded. Feels weird. Nah. First time I met Cassandra, I felt the same. Leo nodded empathetically. Clueless how to act, but dying to know her life now, right? Yeah, exactly. Eleanor nodded, echoing him as she flopped lazily onto the bed, her dark hair fanning out like a waterfall on the sheets. I knew she wanted to chat earlier, but it was awkward. I didn't know what face to make. So, you accept her as your sister? Leo cut to the chase. Of course, she's blood. Eleanor sprang up like a coil, then deflated with a sigh. Just no clue how to face her. And if the old man finds out we're in touch, he'll lock me down even harder. 1. Take her to see the night snows cape. It hasn't happened yet. Don't be so pessimistic. Come here. Let me show you something cool. Recommended 2. Not sure if it's me, but your sister's maybe even prettier. Kinda want to try the old ICU. Not recommended 3. Forget that. Keep these clothes on later. I want to try a different you. Not recommended option 1 analysis. Comfort from the root cause. It hasn't happened yet. Don't be so pessimistic. Leo patted her cheek lightly, then headed to the window, calling back to her on the bed. Come here. Let me show you something cool. Window again. Eleanor stood, smoothing her messy hair, grumbling reluctantly. Snow's piling up. No way by the window today. You know I hate the cold. Damn, always assuming the worst. And hating cold means you're low energy. Cut back on the solo sessions. Leo laughed, pointing out. Look there, gorgeous, right? Jackson Hole at night was hauntingly beautiful. Snowflakes dancing like feathers in the wind, whispers of gusts and soft landings. Moonlight pierced the clouds, silvering the ground. Tint lights by the lake blurred dreamily. Branches dripped with glittering icicles, sparkling faintly. Damn, that's epic. Eleanor was captivated, her gloom melting into the serene vista. Fishing salmon at Lake Superior, I never saw snow like this. Leo got used to her lingo, sparking chat. You been to Russia? Stayed a few months as a kid with the old man. Meh. Eleanor leaned on the sill, lazy. Years abroad were nothing compared to a couple back home. No idea why everyone's fleeing the country. To each their own. Leo pulled her close, glancing at the empty park below, recalling that wild option from the system. Curiously, he tested. Eleanor, want to leash up and stroll that park? She froze, eyes wide, staring incredulously, body quivering, with excitement, before refusing emphatically. Quit freaking, it's freezing, I'd die. I've seen this kink, but outside's too cold. If only Leo'd play indoors. Sheesh. Hearing her half-hearted protest, Leo sighed softly. He knew she was wild now, but hadn't pegged her limits this low. She'd actually go for it. Sometimes he felt guilty. She'd picked up all these habits from him, unintentionally. The once pristine, aloof heiress was gone forever. Eleanor, you like this life? Leo pinched her cool, smooth earlobe. If you could choose, would you go back? You mean locked up, lectured by the old man, or dragged to shrinks by mom? Eleanor scoffed, glaring. Damn it, I finally got a good thing going. You want me back to that? Self-sabotage much. I told you. My boring life needed your mess. Even if it's trashy and reeks, I love it. No one's changing my mind. Eleanor warned seriously. Anyone kills my vibe, they're done, including you. No more BS, got it? Haha, fine, fine. Leo laughed at her fierce pout. Come to think, her old life sucked. Now, wild or not, she was happy. Didn't think I was that irresistible? Leo teased, testing. If I vanished, you'd bawl. Just fun with you. Eleanor hummed shyly, tilting her neck defiantly. If you're gone, I'd. She sucked at lying, never pondering life without him, stumped. Seeing her stall, Leo poked. Solo, forever. Yeah, probably. Eleanor admitted helplessly yet earnestly. So, stick around more. I can't like other guys now. If you're gone, solo it is. I'm yours for life. Leo vowed, mentally adding, with short breaks. Enough, time for business. After a quiet stare, Leo scooped her pale thighs, hoisting her bridal style for a fierce kiss, then dashed to the bed, tossing her down. Eleanor beamed, arms around his neck. Hey, you jerk. Why so chatty tonight? Hiding something? Leo paused, grinning. Guess. Later, Eleanor shoved his chest, flipping him over to straddle, pulling something from her pocket and biting it playfully, looming. Watch me take you out in one combo. Next morning, Leo slogged through the blizzard with the crew by the Jackson Hole Lake all morning. Eleanor still hadn't stirred. During lunch break, Cassandra and Quinn tagged along to watch Leo work, curious about behind-the-scenes movie magic. But after 10 minutes, Quinn lost interest. The set vibe was oppressive. Leo transformed into a taskmaster, barking orders, even cursing when pushed. Quinn had wondered if Eleanor and Leo had something extra, but seeing this set tyrant killed that sprout. In her mind, Eleanor went for polished, gentlemanly types, not pressure cookers. Your brother seems short-fused, Quinn noted to Cassandra as they left. He always like that around you? Nah, just on set. Normally he's chill. Cassandra held the umbrella, defending her bro. Big company, newbie director. If he's not tough, no one listens. Quinn went quiet but agreed. Rich folks she'd met were rarely chill at work. But with Cassandra name-dropping Leo nonstop, Quinn felt a jealous twinge, unwilling to admit it aloud. At the exit, they bumped into Eleanor, sauntering in, burly bodyguard shielding her from snow with an umbrella. Sis, Quinn dashed forward, eyes sparkling with delight. You two here for Leo's shoot? Eleanor nodded faintly, yawning wearily. Yeah, just checking out. Noting Eleanor's fatigue, Quinn fretted. You look wiped, bad night. Eleanor rubbed her eyes. Didn't sleep, crashed at dawn. Tough night, sis. Quinn, who'd asked Leo earlier and heard Eleanor was handling business, assumed work overnighter. Recalling last night's scenes, Eleanor smirked slyly. Yeah, legs are killing me, he insisted. Quinn stared, doubting her eyes. Eleanor had a sleazy vibe? Nothing, forget it. Eleanor waved it off, guiltily, pivoting. Let's watch Leo rip into folks. Been ages. Rip into. Quinn blinked, baffled. After all this time, her graceful sister seemed scattered, words mismatched. I mean, filming. Eleanor backpedaled hastily. He's got real skill. I drop by sets when free. Can't see it, Quinn muttered dismissively. Just bullies actors and cameramen. No skill I spot. How his films blow up beats me. What did you say? Eleanor's smile vanished, head tilting as she eyed Quinn. Quinn missed the shift, embellishing Leo's set antics, seeking Eleanor's agreement or to expose the real him. She didn't know why Leo bugged her. No real beef, but Eleanor's constant mentions soured her gut. That's rich. You're clueless, normal for you. Stick to kiddie cartoons with antenna heads. Suits your level. Eleanor's smile chilled, voice laced with icy authority and sarcasm. She hated outsiders bad-mouthing Leo. Once cursed out a media air at her birthday cruise bash. Even her folks got pushback now. A wild card sister dissing her guy? No tolerance. Sis. Quinn reeled, stunned. She just reported facts. Why the blow-up? And those snarky swears? We're out. Eleanor shot Quinn a cold glance, signaling. The bodyguard snapped from the shock of her outburst, hurrying with the umbrella towards set. Off, majorly off. Cassandra, sharp as ever, clocked Eleanor, defending Leo fiercely, even against her sister. Pissed Eleanor showed no rage, but her aura froze colder than the sub-zero temps. As Eleanor passed, Cassandra forced a smile and greeted her, "Hey, Eleanor." Eleanor glanced faintly, nodding acknowledgement. Once inside, Cassandra rushed over, concerned. "Quinn, you okay?" "Fine." Quinn smiled, but her gaze lingered complexly on Eleanor's retreating figure. "It's Leo. He changed her." Ding. Quinn Hayes' affinity toward Host drops 2 points, now at 0. Host, keep pushing. Leo, mid-box lunch, heard the alert. After nearly a week braving blizzards by Jackson Hole's Lake, Leo flew back to Portland with a few department heads, leaving the crew to wrap loose ends. Work had him ghosting his date plans with Chloe Miller, again. But she got it, no hard feelings, even reminding him Portland had cooled off, bundle up on return. At the airport, Leo split from the heads, claiming a ride, and lugged his suitcase to the underground garage. Spotting a girl in a black long-sleeve coat by a pale pink Fiat 500 beaming at him, pink-glossed lips mouthing a greeting. Who else but his good girl, Maya Pierce? College winter break had started. Chloe and Maya planned to pick him up, but Chloe's folks dragged her to family visits, leaving Maya solo. Leo smiled warmly, waving as he approached. "Dad, I miss you so much." Maya leaped into his arms, nuzzling relentlessly, black flats stomping excitedly. Minus the trendy outfit, she could have passed for a thrilled kid. "Cole." Leo pinched her slightly chilled ears fondly. "Yeah, Cole." Maya tilted up, eyes pleading cutely. "Kiss me, it'll warm me right up." Leo hesitated, patting her pert, but luggage in the trunk first, weight in the back. Airport, garage traffic, intimate stuff, wrist exposure. Leo didn't want another Eleanor-level scandal. "Okay." Maya nodded eagerly, sliding into the back. Leo stowed the suitcase, then joined her. Maya scooted over fast, straddling him, arms around his neck for a barrage of kisses. Finally breathless, she pulled back, cheeks flushing visibly, swallowing as she grinned deliriously. Leo teased, brows furrowed. "EW not grossed out? I just have plain food." Why would I be?" Maya lifted her snowy neck, poking as playfully. "Besides, I'll give it back later, like before." "Before?" "Was there?" Leo held her slim waist with one hand, thigh with the other, reminiscing. "Yeah, our first time. Snuck a kiss while you slept. No brushing, either." Maya giggled, adjusting for comfier hold. "Whoa, even tigers spare their cubs. You're ruthless." Leo faked shock, cracking her up. Soon her laugh faded. She pressed close, melting into him, shadowed eyes full of eager longing, murmuring huskily. "So, want to punish naughty Maya right here?" Fiat's warmth contrasted the bustling garage, folks passing, occasional glances. Maya got in one-way tint first thing, unless rocking wildly, interior stayed hidden. Plus, in this downtown airport lot packed with Benzes and Beamers, nobody eyed the humble Fiat. "Be good. Drive home first, then talk." Even with wolves like Eleanor and Maya, Leo's taste stayed vanilla. No wild games. Home balcony or couch was his limit. "Okay." Maya nodded, expected, but pouted. "Dad, you drive? I'm kinda rusty." Almost rear-ended on the way. "Sure." They swapped a front. "This car's so cute and compact." Leo buckled, eyeing the Fiat's interior. Nothing appealed. Guy-girl car, taste clashed. "Yeah, but range sucks compared to gas." Maya nodded seriously, flashing her fresh money. "Dad, look, did him yesterday. Cute, right? Pre-pickup, she'd prepped. Nails, hair. Sleepless from excitement. She'd popped melatonin for a solid nap. 1. Cute, but scratches sting on me. Recommended 2. Gaudy mess. What crap. Not recommended 3. Dunno if cute, but using those nails to guide me later. Unique flavor. Strongly recommended option 3 analysis. For bad girls, cater to taste for best results. Cute, but scratches sting on me. Leo gripped the wheel, murmuring meaningfully. "Huh, when I scratch." Maya started denying, then got it, eyes narrowing. "Ew, you're so bad, Dad." "Wasn't that you and Chloe?" Leo exaggerated. "Always claw my back bloody." He sign of approval. Maya thrived on risque talk. No shyness, loving the thrill, especially with her guy. "Fair." Leo nodded smugly, chin jerking. "Those won't chip? If so, guy me tonight. That's a whole new feel." "Eek. Dad, you're awful." Even bad girl Maya startled, but grinned, thrilled and eager. They didn't head straight to timeless impressions. Instead, they hit a bustling shopping district farther out. With holidays nearing, it buzzed festive, crowds milling, faces joyful. Shops decked in lights and garlands, thick holiday cheer. Owners hawked clearances via megaphones, aiming for pre-holiday hauls. Dad, no mask? Maya linked arms, looking up. Not worried about fans? Leo's online fame was solid. After the Eleanor scandal, buzz exploded. Maya fretted their closeness, sparking scandals. Nah, not here. Safest spot's the obvious one. No fuss, no notice. Mask draws eyes. Leo shrugged, teasing. Worse, someone hears Dad. You're cool with us looking pervy. Arm in arm, they passed as couple or close sibs. Dad overheard. Judgy stares. If you game, why not? Maya smirked playfully. But I could yell, Leo's my dad. Right here. Whoa, can't handle you, come on. Leo laughed, gripping her waist, hustling forward. Huh. Maya giggled heartlessly. She loved this edgy romance vibe. Passing a men's store, Maya eyed winter fits for Leo, tugging him in. Holiday rush, staff swamped. They self-served. Dad, which? Maya held black and blue hoodies. Yo. Leo spotted a nearby couple's shocked stares, flushing as he waved. Black. Guys always pick black. Blue suits you too. Maya ignored, deciding briskly. Both okay. She nearly slipped the title. Leo coughed, eyeing her. Noticing stares beyond that couple, Maya stuck her tongue out cutely, handing clothes. Honey, try him. You. Leo scraped her nose helplessly yet amused, heading to fitting rooms. Maya smiled, finding Leo's edge of shame cute. Watching his back, her eyes sparkled, lips curved mischievously. Such a handful. In the room, Leo griped while stripping. Sure hung, knock came. Assuming another customer, he called absently. Occupied. But the handle turned. Maya slipped in, shutting quick. Whoa, what are you? Leo jumped back. Tight space, squeezed them close. Outside, footsteps, street hawkers audible. No way, you want to hear? Spotting her sly intent, Leo gulped nervously, pleading. Maya, please, no messing. Crowded out there. Dad. Maya leaned on the door, smirking teasingly. Isn't this thrilling? I'm done. Back in underground parking, Leo recalled the fitting room, legs still shaky, begging bitterly. Maya, swear no more like that. If folks noticed, we'd trend nationwide. Luckily, staff busy, store packed. Maya had grabbed his clothes as pretext, slipping out unscathed. Girlfriends fetching swaps? Normal. Only flag. Her long stay. No complaints, rooms plenty. Mostly guys skip try-ons, grab and go. Nobody caught on. Maya ditched a bag with soggy stockings and trash, skipping back, linking arms coyly. Besides, I finished quick. Who dragged it out? Leo eyed her. Rush, and you plus Chloe complain. Not Maya dismissed. Chloe maybe, but even if you're wrecked, I'll love you forever. Silly girl. Leo pinched her warm cheek. She glowed alluring, dependently. He sighed, helpless yet touched. No, next time, got it. Maya nodded earnestly. Yep, next time too. They bantered to the Fiat. Leo steadied the trunk lid, turning, heart seizing. Sharon and David Shepard approached quizzically. Riley and Sophie Shepard eyed him surprised. All carried fruits, candies, holiday shopping haul. Confirming it was Leo by the Fiat, expressions mixed. Folks' eyes lingered on trendy Maya. Sharon's held disdain. Traditionalist, she disliked flashy girls. Assumed poor upbringing, peacocking for guys. This old fool, Chloe's bestie. Not scared she'll find out. Riley sulked jealously, cheeks puffed like a hamster. Little sis, Sophie smiled helplessly, pretty face hinting admiration. They'd met Maya at dinner, knew Chloe's pal. But so soon, arm-in-arm shopping with her bestie Sky. Dad David frowned worriedly, sizing Maya. He shared low vibes on rebellious styles. Middle-aged, couple preferred sweet, homemaking types like Lily Reed. Damn, what luck. Leo lowered the lid awkwardly, forcing a smile. Thought it was someone else. Dad, Mom, what brings you here? Stocking up for holidays. Sharon neared, scanning Maya, till she smiled tensely, then to Leo. Said you were filming in Wyoming? Back next month? Few days only. Leo steadied nerves. Post-effect snag. Flew in to fix with team. Back soon. Sharon nodded, eyeing Maya's sleek legs under her coat. Girl, aren't you freezing? Barely teens out. And no, we're young. Handle it. Maya laughed nervously, brows dipping sadly. She sensed dislike. Geez, interrogation. Leo interjected, seeing her struggle. Got stuff, anything? If not, heading out. This brat. Multiple girls fine, but sassing me for one? Think she's gold. Whatever. Sharon glared, but kept peace. He cared. Headache, juggling girls, yet devoted to each. Imagining blow-ups? Nightmare. Screw it. Inviting the Sterlings for holiday dinner. After inner tussle, Sharon waved. Go, drive safe. Cool, Dad, later. Quick nod to David, then to hesitant sisters. Out of here, back for holidays. Yeah, Sophie smiled, meaningful glance. Drive safe, bro, bad weather. Riley huffed, hauling bags to their Mercedes without looking back. As Sophie said, Portland weather sucked. Exiting garage. Overcast skies like gray veil, oppressive. Chill air turned everything desolate. Maya stared dimly at wipers clearing snowflakes. Silent. Sharon's pressure hit hard. Who wouldn't want her guy's family's approval? That vibe screamed, stay away. Dinner ideas? Leo noted her gloom, smiling. Hot pot. Warm us up. Whatever. Maya forced cheer, mood low. 1. Don't mope. She's not my bio mom. Ignore her. I'll intro my real folks sometime. Not recommended. 2. Hold her hand. Quit overthinking. Family dislikes you? I like you. You're with me, not them. Strongly recommended. 3. Emo why? Flashy's not wrong. Folks old. Can't handle trends. I like flashy. No going straight. Recommended. Quit overthinking. Family dislikes you? I like you. Leo single-handed the Fiat's wheel, clasping her cool palm comfortingly. You're with me, not them. Ding. Maya Pierce affinity toward host rises 5 points. Now 100 maxed. She sees host as most vital. Just first meet with your folks. Bombed impression. Maya fiddled her sparkly nails, downcast. Should have dressed down. Her style trended among peers. Personal flair, daily norm. No marriage dreams with Leo, but his adoptive parents' views mattered. He was her guy. Recalling their stares soured her. Outfits irrelevant. Old folks think different. My sister's glam up home? Lectures. Leo smiled. Besides, flashy's not wrong. Folks old, can't handle trends. I like flashy, no going straight. Yeah. Leo's words eased her funk. No wedding plans anyway. Not her worry, Chloe's. Dad, overkill. Maya teased. This is cute, not flashy. Cute and flashy differ? Leo deadpan nonsense. Girls jealous of pretties call him sluts too? Haha, true. Maya snorted, naughty spark back. She slid his right hand to her smooth thigh, stroking gently, beaming. Hee, felt missing Dad, proactive next. Yes, ma'am. Leo agreed instantly. Home at Timeless Impressions half-hour later, Leo chatted post with effects team in his room when kitchen-bound Maya called. Dad tied up, door? Chloe's back. On it. Leo wrapped chat, shutting laptop. Passing kitchen, Maya juggled pans and soup skillfully in apron. Eye contact, she grinned, griping her bestie. Chloe time's perfect, dinner ready. Ha, make her wash. Leo smiled inwardly. Maya's a gem too, just a tad wild. Opening door, long-missed girlfriend. Leo nearly scooped her for cuddles, spotting her folks, Dawn and Carla Miller. Uncle Aunt here. Leo straightened. Should have said, I'd meet downstairs. No fuss. Dawn beamed warmly. Chloe mentioned your Portland stint. We're free tonight. Checking your pad. Leo glanced Chloe. She looked sulky, reluctant, tense. Their trio secret. If folks sniffed? No explaining. Come in, cold out. Leo stepped aside. Chloe swapped shoes grumpily, muttering. Told you, nothing special. Why bother? Folks missed her gripe. Carla smiled. Leo, long time, looking sharper, built too. 1. Duh. If not handsome, you'd never okay me with Chloe? Strongly recommended 2. Kowtow thrice. Nah, thanks, random growth. Not recommended 3. Aunt, looking's fine, get uncle drunk later. Check my bill proper. Not recommended. Option 1 analysis. On elder praise, don't humble, flip compliment right. Duh. Leo preened. If not handsome, you'd never okay me with Chloe? Folks shared knowing smiles, pleased. Kids silver-tongued, as ever. Ding. Carla Miller affinity toward host rises 3 points, now at 18. Keep it up. Ding. Dawn Miller affinity toward host rises 5 points, now at 25. Keep it up. Should have texted about coming. I'd greet at gate. Leo brushed snow from Chloe's hair. Chloe huffed. Spammed you, check. Leo checked. Voice notes warning cleanup. Chloe feared folks spotting Leo-Maya intimacy. 8 mouths couldn't explain. Outing their trio? No guts. Ban Leo-Maya from spilling. Secret forever. Leo pocketed sheepishly. My bad, online meeting. Chloe hummed, probing. House tidy? Yeah. Leo nodded. He got her worry. No romp on return. Place spotless. Hey, Maya cooking? The couple entered. Carla peeked kitchen, chatting in hometown lingo. She'd known her daughter's bestie since middle school. Average grades, pretty, trendy, but decent, polite. No blocking their friendship. Maya smiled awkwardly. The freeloading forever, gotta pitch in sometimes. No need. Carla waved, probing. Your mom said your dad's back in? Gambling ring. Really? Maya paused, stirring, smirking satisfied. Whatever. Mom's fine, good enough. Since moving with Leo, Maya barely checked home. But she hadn't cut Felicia Pierce off, cared for the empty nester. Leo's cash to Maya? She kept pocket change, wired rest to Felicia. At first, Felicia suspected shady sources, refusing transfers, grilling origins. Maya hid truth, card depositing instead. Deadbeat Dad Harrison Pierce? Ignored. She found a new dad providing cash and emotional boosts. Thinking that, Maya eyed Leo chatting animatedly with Dawn in living room, lips curving content. To her, this cozy routine fit perfect. Carla avoided prying family dirt, chatting lightly before Chloe toured the villa. Nice place. Carla nodded approvingly after full loop, entering Leo's room. Bed's got 3 pillows. She eyed. Pink, blue at head, gray undercovers. Maya's. Chloe feigned calm. Leo's in Wyoming. Weekends I'm bored, drag her to crash. Leo away. Maya off in midnight crashes room, hugging his pillow. After ignored warnings, Chloe and Maya just bunked there. Oh, plausible. Carla didn't suspect. Her daughter enabling an affair? Unthinkable. Chloe's fiery nature? No chitting. Still, watch it. Old saying, no mixing genders. Chat or binge in her or your room. Don't brush off. Imagine Maya gets comfy, slips under thinking it's you. Leo mistakes her post-work. No soap opera drama. Chloe's mouth twitched, forced laugh. Pig already did. Pointless now. Hey, solid house, prime real estate. Carla mused contentedly. If you and Leo settle Portland, perfect starter home. Chloe Sunder blushed. Mom, what? Wait, early. Chloe shied from parental future talk, felt exposed, unlike easy honeymoon kid chats with Leo, escalating to cards when heated. Bought already. Your dad and I grabbed Florida spot for dowry. Carla knew her son or kid, smiling. We're saying no wedding. Mom. Sophomore, why rush? Chloe shied from parental future talk, felt exposed, unlike easy honeymoon kid chats with Leo, escalating to cards when heated. Not rushed. Carla daydreamed, arms crossed. Graduate 2 years, then baby, we retire to help. Bliss. Ugh. Annoying. Chloe flushed, shoving Mom out. Living room. Dawn and Leo wrapped chat. Couple skipped dinner. Uncle, Aunt, stay eat before going? Leo rose, urging. Snowy road slick. Chloe echoed. Yeah, Dad, Mom, eat first. Yeah, almost done. Maya poked from kitchen. Nah. Holiday's near. Your aunt and I got warehouse piles. Dawn declined. Carla chuckled covertly. Not wed, but synced, tag teaming. And no. Chloe blushed, side-eyeing Leo. Leo joked boldly. Same bed sinks talk. You? Dawn pointed then. Time heading out. Leo, think on what I said. Holidays soon. We'll update post busy. Leo waist-hugged Chloe, nodding. Escorting couple to car, Chloe asked post-departure. Dad wanted what? Uncle asked if I want to hit your hometown for family visits this holiday. Leo shut door, arm around her waist, entering. Where you join mine this year, yours next. Basically, where we want to spend. Your take. What did you say? Chloe blinked expectantly. Her Florida custom, bringing partner beyond parents to kin meant marriage bound. How about my place first? Leo clasped her hand on couch, casual yet sincere. Either way, fine. Yours next year too. Intro you to my grandparents. Chloe wavered. She preferred Leo meeting her extended first. Sensing potential plan snag, Leo elaborated vividly. Grandparents bug Mom nonstop to meet you. Dating ages, no intro. Really? Chloe smiled sweetly. Outgoing, confident, she decided Portland holidays with Leo. Swear. Leo held her hands earnestly. Either home same, my folks this year? Fine, yours. Chloe agreed, then neck tilted kitchenward, whispering. Can I tag? Her home sucks, alone otherwise. Holidays, Maya's dad likely out. She'd skip, soloing weeks, till Leo Chloe back. Last year same. 1. Sure, call her. My girl's not with dad? Solo kid? Not recommended too. Thoughtful. Maya can't commit, but this intro's my folks. Gotta step up. Recommended 3. Prodding, besties forever, always include. How about cards tonight too? Recommended. Whoa. 3 recommended. Leo gulped incredulously, staring curious Chloe. Deep down, elf girl open to 3-player? Spacing why, Chloe poked his cheek. So, Leo pondered seriously. Maya can't commit, But this intro's my folks. Gotta own it. Bring her. Livelier trip. Leo, subtext. Without me, you'd commit. Chloe pouted accusingly. In truth, you two hooked early? Chloe warned fiercely. No lies, that slut spilled. Fine, admit, early secret contact. Evidence stacked, no deny. Without you middle, I'd commit. You, Chloe gaped, about to erupt. Leo pivoted. Key, your middle. Can't dump you, my first love. Anyone else? I'd bolt with your bestie. This trap slag spiel highlighted Chloe's priority, framing her in tough spot. Accept both helplessly. Answer straight. Chloe cupped his face seriously, palm on chest for heartbeat. Me or Maya? Who more? Her more. Leo instant, adding. You? Love, she can't touch. Normally, Chloe'd under release, smart, done. But she stared eyes locked, hand pressing, re-asking. Truth. Damn, if lying, tomorrow over St. John's Bridge? Brakes fail, ocean feed. Portland's longest, highest, drop fatal. Better not. Chloe hummed satisfied, beaming. I'm that vital. Duh. Hard-chased first love. No love. Bestie'd snag me. Leo cupped her smooth cheeks, helpless. You think I don't know? She tempted nonstop. That vixen. Chloe huffed kitchenward. Regret, intro. Maya's pitiful. Plus her and I. Leo hugged. Nah, corny. Us three live good. That's key. Yeah, pitiful. Chloe sympathized. So my folks? Bring her. Lonely otherwise. Deal. Leo agreed, adding. You too tight. Always include. Duh. Can't watch her solo gaming holidays. Chloe grumbled. Since tight, card tonight too? Leo teased, thrilled yet nervous.